a little bit quicker through the air than the likes of Rob Nicol or Ronnie Hira. And first ball. We saw a little bit of turn in the earlier game. And I think with the new ball, you'll predominantly see Nathan McCullum just slide it on. Bowling around the wicket, trying to just limit the scoring to one side of the ground only. So the two boundary riders at long on and at just forward of square, almost to mid-wicket. Be leg buys to get underway.
Oh, that one gripped a little bit. That did actually turn. Just a tad. Also bowling around the wicket, that angle gives them the opportunity to bring in slip into play as well.
With the field set, he's got to bowl straight. He has to bowl at a roundabout middle and leg stump. It's just going to change slightly for Hashim Amla, the field, and Kyle Mills is coming over to a short third man. So four protecting that offside. A slip in place. And we've got a man on the sweep has gone back onto the boundary, so long on has come in. And that's the reason, I think, Rigger. Amla, a very wristy player, but also likes to just lay back and back cut the ball, uses that offside probably a little more.
They'll be hunting in there too, trying to keep Amla on strike, because I know that his role will be to get Levy, the hitter, on strike.
Push for two here. They should pick it up comfortably. So Hashim Amla underway. He's a quality player, Hashim Amla, in all forms of the game. He will be one of the class packages of this South African series, no matter what form of the game.
Guys, good ball, man.
We call him the rock in their side. He tries to bat for long periods of time, and the team bat around him. Straight past the outside edge. Good start for Nathan McCullum. 3 without loss.
Well, already it's just a wee tick in the strategy success box for Brendan McCullum, captain of the Black Caps. A tight first over. First over bowled by an off spinner.
South African batting lineup: Colin Ingram, 3 AB De Villiers, JP Duminy, just an on-tong at 6. Down through that all, there's a lot of batting. Albie Morkel, Johan Botha, Rusty Taron. He can certainly throw the bat at the ball. New Zealand's leading short form bowler, Kyle Mills. 26 matches. And average is pretty good. The RPO, not bad when you consider that he bowls at the start and at the end of an innings. Around about 8. It's pretty good when you open the bowling and you close the innings. It's full. That's just angling down leg side.
The South African batting team, with the exception of Levy, really didn't have a great game down in the warm-up match, the tour opener in Canterbury, but I think they will enjoy this wicket a lot more than what they got at Hadley Park. It looks like just a big sheet of particle board. It is so flat, brown. It will skid on. Of course, it's a drop-in pitch, but it's generally pretty good here.
A little bit of swing, and mid-off and mid-on, very deep on the edge of the circle. So good running from Hashim Amla. Yeah, it looks magnificent, Rigger. It's I mentioned it at the pitch report that I think it's as good a pitch as I've seen at this ground. They've done a wonderful job. Brett Sipthorpe and his staff of merry men look after both the stadium here and the Basin Reserve. They had a Phoenix game here, football match here just a week ago. Sunday, I think it was. A little bit of movement.
So on cue, the pitch plays up just a little bit for us there, Simon. He did mention, though, talking to Brett, that as he was trying to put the drop in, it was raining. He did enjoy having to stick the pitch in when it was raining.
That's a new ball, Rigger. It's allowed to do something. Wouldn't be blaming the pitch just yet.
Oh, unfair.
Driven again, Nathan McCullum. Doing the clean-up work. Good start from New Zealand.
Just watching the way that they've bowled at Levy when they've been quite full. If they did watch the way that he hit the ball in Canterbury, he's a very, very good player of hitting anything that looked like it was around about what you'd call a good length. Stood up, was able to get it away through the onside or hit it on the top of the bounce.
Over the top, beautiful shot. First boundary of the innings to Hashim Amla.
So it's Hashim Amla who strikes the first blow in this contest, and a really intelligent one too. Purposely lifted over the top. Just short of a half volley, and that's why he went to lift it over the top as well. Nicely controlled. Good intelligent shot.
Yeah, not a bad delivery. Just a very good cricket shot. Maybe just a touch of width from Kyle Mills, that's all. It's tighter this time. That one seems back in a little bit too high. And going down leg, he'll pick up a leg by. It'll be 11 without loss after 2. Well, you can get in touch with us, of course, and send us any questions, any of your thoughts. www.facebook.com/Sky Sport Cricket. There's a poll on there for tonight's match. Pretty simple. Who's going to win tonight? New Zealand or South Africa? The Mitre 10 poll. McCullum, second over.
Guptill back in the side. Man, it's in wonderful form. You just hope that that rest is not going to cost him anything in terms of his batting rhythm. Yes, there is something like that.
What was your batting rhythm?
Pretty slow. It wasn't a quick step, I'll tell you that.
A little change in the field again. Levy on strike, so again that long on goes back, and we've got a man at mid-wicket. Quite a squarish mid-wicket. Little shimmy and goes to that man at mid-wicket. Shaped like he was going to advance and then stood there and flat batted it.
He's done some homework here, I think, Brendan McCullum and the coaching staff as well. And so far, it's going very well for him.
That is what Hashim Amla is so good at. You cannot afford to give him any amount of width. That's why the field changes and it becomes a little stronger on the offside for him. That is just a quality shot.
Well, this is a great stroke. He saw he had enough time and enough width and the angle to get back, and he gave himself room. He picked out his spot, and the ball was halfway down, and then he executed perfectly.
Straight to Kyle Mills this time. Yeah, I think with this field, Nathan McCullum has to be straighter. He has to be bowling at middle and leg. He can't afford to give Hashim Amla any room.
He's pushed her and now pushed her back onto the 30-yard circle at cover. But that's the line there, isn't it? You can't really do much with that. 18 without loss.
Yeah, it's only a single if he gets onto that line most times. So 18 for 3. Where do these two sides sit at the moment? New Zealand's T20 ranking, it's our best form of the game, according to the ICC rankings. England on top, New Zealand second, then Sri Lanka, and South Africa in 4th.
We just had the ICC rankings up, and it's staggering. Staggering that Afghanistan is rated above Zimbabwe in the ICC T20 rankings. Of course, Zimbabwe just having toured New Zealand, soundly beaten by New Zealand in all games. Wow, Afghanistan above a test playing nation.
I'm very impressed at how quickly the stadium fills up as well. Riggett sort of a little bit empty 20 minutes ago, and all of a sudden there's a good 12,000-13,000 in here now, and they will enjoy that. First six, beautiful timing, Hashim Amla, outstanding.
Well, we were all expecting Richard Levy to be the one that would take the charge to the Black Cap bowlers, but it's Hashim Amla at the moment, and looking very good. It's twice he's been over the top of cover, once off a slower ball, and this time off Mills. Purposely played in the air, really good stroke, and how's the timing?
Well, you know he's looking for it because of where he's batting. He's batting outside leg stump. You know he wants to free those arms. It's better straight, but beautifully timed again. Chance! He's taken the stumps out as well, Guptill. Ball in hand, taken the stumps out. Has he run it out?
I think he has. Be wary when you take on Guptill, because Martin Guptill is as quick a fieldsman across the ground as you will get anywhere in the world. He has got onto this like a hare. He's picked it up and he has thrown himself at the stumps, and I think he's beaten Amla.
He has. He has indeed. The ball in hand takes the stumps out. That is just unbelievable from Martin Guptill. Never ceases to amaze. And Amla is going to be run out. New Zealand will pick up the first wicket, and a crucial blow as well. Terrific work, Martin Guptill. You're absolutely right, Rigger, when you say beware taking him on. He is so quick.
Well, it's such a crucial wicket too. Sometimes you say one piece of brilliance in the field can make all the difference in such a short game. Well, this is brilliance in the field. He is so quick. There, look at him come in on that. He had to change direction initially, and bang, picked it up, took the stumps out. Amla out for 19, 24 for 1.
Never run on a misfield. Cannoned off Kyle Mills. It was just the presence of mind, the awareness of Martin Guptill. Just outstanding. You see it hit Mills's boot. And then have a look at this. Gone. You get a little glimpse of Guptill's face before he just demolishes the stumps.
I don't think much is going to come from it because he's out, but Amla ran straight up the middle of the pitch as well.
So new batsman's Colin Ingram. He's at the non-striker's end. Levy, well, he doesn't worry about that too much. Loss of a wicket or no loss of a wicket. He's picked up his first six. Got a half volley and put it away.
Oh, this is all strength, though. I don't think he timed this at all well. He literally just muscled that with the bottom hand away over deep mid-wicket. Just got the length he wanted. If you're going to bowl around about a good length to this guy, you have to be very careful because he will go to that shot. Just closed the hands a little bit. Didn't time it brilliantly, but that's all strength.
Certainly not lacking in that department, is he? He's a powerful looking character.
Speaking of powerful characters, just remind our South African audience that this is where their team got knocked out of the Rugby World Cup, this very ground. Can't resist saying it.
Yeah, not by us, though, Rigger. They were beaten by Australia, of course. But with a New Zealand referee. Bryce Lawrence, of course, in charge. Oh, looks to the slower ball, floated out.
Barry's looking for the bronze statue of Bryce Lawrence that he thought might have been erected outside the ground.
In case he weren't with us for the build-up, Barry Richards is with us for this whole tour. Wonderful to have him in our country, enjoying the hospitality already. Short, pulled, is it out? No. in between the two fielders and away to the boundary for 4. So an expensive over, although there was a wicket. 34 for 1. So 4 overs gone. South Africa 34 for 1. New Zealand winning the toss. Brendan McCullum electing to bowl first. Picked up the wicket of Amla, out for 19 off 15 deliveries. New Zealand are going to continue with Nathan McCullum. Left-handed Ingram. Big appeal. Has it hit the inside edge? If it hasn't hit the inside edge, it is going on to hit the stumps. I think it must have.
It looked good if it didn't hit the inside edge. Maybe there was some angle there. Maybe going down the leg side. Bowls from around the wicket, quite wide. No real turn. Slides on. Oh, no, straightened. Oh, yeah.
Inside edge. Good call. Well done. Gary Baxter down the wicket. That should be out. Will be out. Little juggle from Brendan McCullum. A hint of turn, and Colin Ingram's stay is a very short one.
Brilliant bowling. Brilliant bowling. Classic dismissal from an off-spinner bowling to a left-hander around the wicket, dragging him down, getting it to bite and getting it to turn. Oh, this is a pleasure to watch this in T20. Look at the drift and the drop and the turn. I thought this was T20 cricket where you just slid it on. Tried to cramp the batsman. That's pure, that is. So Ingram deceived, out for a duck, 34 for 2.
Well, we haven't seen enough of this from Nathan McCullum lately, Rigger. I believe he has got a little bit too quick at times, and that is superb. Everything you described there is absolutely outstanding. The bounce, the turn. Brendan McCullum doing the rest.
I'll tell you what, McCullum was lucky that bounced up in front of him, because it was the bounce that I think meant that he fumbled it in the first place, but it just bounced into a nice position for him. Bounced over the top of the stumps. So all he needs to do is regather it.
I wonder if we'll the South African captain, AB De Villiers, comes to the crease. A very good 2020 player. Just wonder if we might see, with one more over left in the fielding restrictions, more spin. Whether we might see Hira, Nicol, maybe even Kane Williamson given an opportunity.
Well, he's got 4 genuine spin options, hasn't he? So he can bowl McCullum right through. There's a spell of 4 here if it's going well. It's a good wicket, that one of Ingram. I know he's not one of the known players, but there is a question mark just hanging over his position. So all of a sudden, you're asking them to question the makeup of their team in the first game.
Get in. Great tops, lads. Great tops, Matt.
Advancing, looking for that big shot very early on. Just 2 balls in his innings. And again, past the outside edge. Big appeal from Brendan McCullum. He thinks he's got him. He thinks he has his man.
He's very confident here, Brendan McCullum. The minute he took the bails off, he was pointing to the batsman's foot. He was running down the pitch. If you go on the wicketkeeper, who has a great view at this, probably the best. Has he got anything back? It's on the line, on the line, on the line is out. Is there anything? But I don't think there is anything grounded behind the line there.
I don't think you can give that out, Rick. I really don't. I don't believe you can give that out. That's not conclusive for mine. Yeah, well, there you go. I don't know. I know you're on one side, but you can't give that out. I'd be very disappointed if that was a New Zealand player and it was given out, and I'm sure South Africa would be very disappointed if that was if their player was given out as well. Let's have a look.
That's out for my money.
Can't see. on that angle there, that definitely looks like the green part of the bottom of that Puma boot is behind. Given not out, it's not up to us anyway. Terrific over. 35 for 2. So 5 overs have been bowled here at Westpac Stadium in Wellington. First of 3 T20 matches between South Africa and New Zealand. South Africa batting first. Time for a change in commentary. Harry Richards, and alongside him, Craig McMillan.
Thank you, Simon. What a start by New Zealand. Just what they needed. Tim Southee into the attack to replace Kyle Mills. Get a leg by there. Oh, next to me, South African great Barry Richards. Barry confided in me 2 overs ago. He was a bit nervous.
I still am, I can tell you. It's a very, very important game from a South African point of view. They'd like to get away to a good start, and certainly with Amla being run out, he looked like the man who was in a bit of form. He realised that Richard Levy was struggling against the spinner, so he took it on himself, but then he took on Guptill and paid the penalty. Don't run on a missed field, especially to somebody who's world class.
Sure. Oh, scorned him. Hit him in the head. Levy's worn one from Southee, and he's down in his face, saying, "Welcome to New Zealand, young man." Straight away, the battle lines have been drawn, Barry.
Oh, it's on for young and old, yeah. He likes to get on the front foot and really impose himself on the bowlers, and you get the odd bowler who's prepared to bowl it short, and that's what happens. Gee, that would have been in a lot of trouble if he hadn't had a helmet on. Oh dear, bang.
Oh, it's a solid clunk, wasn't it? Oh, he wore the full brunt of it. Southee backing it up with a couple of kind words, just asking if he was okay.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to get a Christmas card.
Oh, gets away with that one, Southee. Good work from de Grandhomme, short fine leg. Well, I have to say, there's a real atmosphere in this ground. Walking around the outside, you can feel there's an intensity lift amongst everyone from the series that New Zealand had against South Africa, against Zimbabwe. Even in the warm-ups early doors, you can just feel that lift. We've been waiting for the series for some time, Barry, and already 6 overs into it, and the fireworks have started. Great to see.
Absolutely, it's going to be a beauty.
I guess a lot rests on the South African captain, AB De Villiers.
Yeah, I've been very impressed. They've obviously done a lot of homework, the New Zealand backup staff, John Wright and his men, and they've set very, very specific fields. And it was, I don't think it was a great surprise to all of us that they opened with a spinner, because I think they obviously realised that against Canterbury that taking the pace off the ball for Richard Levy made it just that much more difficult. But he's weathered a bit of storm, and now it's up to him and AB De Villiers to put some sort of partnership together.
He's quick. If he hits, he's in trouble. Oh, that was close. Really close. As quick as AB De Villiers is, I think he might have been in trouble.
Gone. He would have been gone. Really going quick here. No, he was gone. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? It's gone past the stumps. Yeah, he was well gone.
Oh, probably one of the quickest in the South African side. Great opportunity for Doug Bracewell. Wasn't far away. That's another thing about the contest between these two sides, Barry, is the quality of the fielding. Both very good fielding sides, young players, enthusiastic, athletic. I think we're going to see a very high standard of fielding between these two sides. Steps away in the air. There's a man back there. Bracewell underneath it. Takes the catch. Southee wins the battle. The danger man, Levy's gone. New Zealand have got their 3rd wicket.
Alex, you see Southee right with Levy
Oh, that's a big wicket. And there was a little bit of bar play just afterwards. He tried to take him on, didn't quite get it in the middle. Bat turned in his hand, and Bracewell took a nice, easy catch, but there was a lot of bar play. Here we go, and McCullum was quick into it. He really pulled his man away. He realises how important he is. He doesn't want him to get him banned, and Richard Levy out for 13. Unlucky for some, 38 for 3.
Well, it was a shot we saw from him against Canterbury. Very strong. He knew straight away. He saw his eyes drop down. Back turned in the hand. Comfortable catch for Bracewell. And the battle between Levy and Southee has started. And Southee draws first blood. New Zealanders are ecstatic. I've got rid of the dynamic Levy. Dangerman at the top.
They're up for the battle, the New Zealanders. They really are. The Kiwis they're on fire. Now then, Justin Ongtong come to the crease, or is it JP Duminy? No, it's JP, I think.
JP Duminy in at number 5 for South Africa.
Bowling.
Nathan McCullum opening the bowling into his 4th over. The outstanding figures of 1 for 11. Could well see this throughout the series, Barry, in terms of New Zealand being a little bit unorthodox.
Yes, and I think they've realised they want to get into the faces of the South Africans. There's a couple of experienced players in Amla and AB De Villiers, but there's a few youngsters around, and they really want to impose themselves, make them feel the heat. And that might be a tactic that John Wright might have thought about before the series started. It's such a big one, and South Africa got to be careful not to get sucked into it. They've got to play their own game and concentrate on what they do best. If you get sucked into this sort of trying to go with them and try and sledge, it's not going to work.
Duminy underway. Of course, the 6 overs up, so fielding restrictions are off. Only need 4 inside the circle now. Can have 5 fielders on the boundary.
What do you reckon a good score is? 160, they'd settle for that right now. It won't be anything like that, I don't think.
Bowling. Good, mate.
Yeah, I think anything around 160, 165, they'd be more than confident with the bowling attack they've got. If they can take early wickets, Guptill and McCullum are going to be key at the top of the New Zealand order. He's done an excellent job today, Nathan McCullum, with the ball.
No, that's right. No, that's right.
He's mixed it up. The pace has been so good, and Duminy, it's been renowned that he's not that great a player of spin.
Yeah. Bowling.
But I must admit, the first couple of deliveries, the footwork has been spot on.
Well, it looks a good wicket to me, Barry. There was a hint of swing with the new ball, but you saw one turn from Nathan McCullum, but certainly enough pace and bounce in it for the batsmen to play their strokes. We've seen a 6 over cover from Hashim Amla, so there's no demons in this wicket. I think it looks excellent. McCullum marshalling his troops around. Pulled away by De Villiers. Oh, there's a bit of repair work to be done between these two. Get a single. 6 off. That's the end of Nathan McCullum's spell. Excellent spell from the New Zealander. 4 overs, 1 for 16. South Africa 44 for 3. This is the wicket. Martin Guptill is so dynamic in the field. Look at that. Memories of Jonty Rhodes back at 92 World Cup, I think it was.
Up in Brisbane, and then the stumping. Colin Ingram, he looks out of sorts. He needs a good score. And then this one, Richard Levy just turning over in the bottom hand, taking over. Nice easy catch and a little confrontation. Kiwis on top.
I just wondered whether maybe the New Zealanders have singled out a couple of South Africans, Barry. They've said, right, 2 or 3 guys who are going to be important. Levy's a big hitter in that side at the top of the order. And I wonder whether they've singled him out. McCullum's still attacking. He's got to slip in. Southee to continue.
What makes you think that they're trying to target him? Southee was down there in a flash. As soon as that went in the air, he was standing next to him. Do you know which way the dressing room is, son?
It's a long tour, though. And
absolutely. He's 5 weeks to go, Tim.
He's a dangerous player, so he's gonna get some runs at some stage. But at this stage, Southee certainly points ahead. Oh, playing a miss. Some good bounce there. Good pace too from Southee, up to 142.
He's pumped up, old Tim Southee. He really wants to impose himself. And Brendan McCullum realised that his fast bowler was could easily be in trouble, so he just pulled him away quickly. Come over here with me, son. You're well bowled.
Yeah, it's smart work from Brendan McCullum, just pulling him out the way so it didn't escalate. Southee had won the battle.
Apart from a little Hashim Amla period where there was some boundaries, they've got them really well covered. The field placing has been absolutely excellent. Obviously your bowlers have got to bowl to it, so they've done lots of homework, the Kiwis. Tough job for these men. You've got to be really on your game. Everything happens so quickly.
Short from Southee, pulled away. Dumini just get the one. Looking through the lineup, Barry, when you don't have Callis or Graham Smith, it leaves quite a big hole. So then the experienced players of the likes of De Villiers and Dumini and Hashim Amla at the top. But you take out Smith and Callis, it leaves a real hole in that lineup.
Absolutely. I think Jacques Callis, he plays a lot of RPL and he's getting much better at it. He in fact opens for his RPL team and he's played really well the last year. I think initially probably not, but now I'd be tempted. And also David Miller sits at home. He's a big hitter as well.
It's the sort of game where you need those dynamic players that can change a game in 3 or 4 overs. And I just wonder whether Hashim Amla is suited to this style of game. Quality test and one-day player. But in this format of the game, at the top of the order where a strike rate needs to be created, I just wonder whether there is other options that maybe South Africa could have explored.
Maybe, but he's good enough to adapt. He's a really good player, very wristy player. We saw that 6-over cover. That's a difficult shot to play, and he played it with ease. So there's no doubt that Hashim Amla's got the ability to do it. I think the main concern is Colin Ingram at the moment. Important position, number 3.
Oh, it's pulled away. There's a man back there. Oh, Kyle Mills. Wow. Handed at his feet, picked it up late. 6 off the over from Southee. South Africa 49 for 3. He didn't see that, did he? Pick it up here. Started maybe out of that yellow seating at times. South Africa made slow start tonight. New Zealand rocked them with 3 early wickets. Current rate 6.13. They'll get 1, 2, 3. That won't be enough. They'll be looking at more 8 or 9 and over, around that 160 mark.
Yeah, the benchmark seems to be 150. Once you get to 150, you feel you've got a defendable total. Anything less than that, you go out into the field thinking, whoa, have we got enough? The left armour on. It's a big test for him tonight.
Yeah, it is. Ronald Hurrett, he's been the outstanding spin bowler in the country. Domestic cricket, gets an opportunity. The up for South Africa. The 9th over.
The one thing that these two will do well is run between the wickets. They're both very, very, very quick. And they'll need to as well. And there's that hook shot off the top edge. I don't think Carl Mills initially picked it up. Just a little late getting there.
Yeah, he was only a step or two away from it. And it is quite a hard ground at times, Barry, to pick up with the yellow seating and the way the crowd sit. It is very difficult with that sun at times when it comes hard and flat. Fine when it goes high, but when it's flat like that, very hard sometimes to pick up.
He actually did pretty well in the end. Got the body behind it, put it on the line.
Worked away fine. Look for two. Bracewell does well. I haven't seen Doug Bracewell at the bowling crease yet. Here's an outstanding performer for New Zealand in the last few series. Swings the ball away from the right-hander. So this is a period where South Africa probably feel they can't take too many risks. With 3 wickets down, they need to establish this partnership before they can start playing the big shot, which means New Zealand can just close them down.
That's why the running between the wickets is so important. You get caught between running it around just to try and get the momentum going and trying to play the big shot.
In the air, taken. Martin Guptill can't keep him out of the game. South African captain doesn't want to go. AB De Villiers standing there saying, I don't think that's carried. He said, did you catch it? And Guptill says, you bet I did. They're going to go upstairs. Seen the signal from the umpires. They want to check it. It was low and hard.
The immediate reaction from the bowler and from Guptill himself was, I caught it. It's going to be a tough one. It went really quickly. That's okay. No problem there.
Yep, no problem there with the no ball. Are we going to see? It was wide and De Villiers hit it flat and hard. I'm pretty sure Guptill got the fingers under that. No trouble at all. He would have known. He's saying, geez, that hurt my fingers. Look at that, flat and hard. Very hard to tell from this sort of angle. But to me, it looks like it. Fingers underneath it. Those fingers are underneath it. I think that's fine.
9 times out of 10, when you've got a 3-dimensional game and 2-dimensional TV, it always looks like it bounces. And oh, that's a rather you than me, Craig. You call that one. I'm glad I'm not the third umpire, that's all.
Well, I'll take my patch off. I just think that in most cases the fielder know in that situation. Guptill's got his fingers under the ball, hits his fingers and bounces up. And you're right, at times it looks like it's bounced in front, but I'm sure that he's got his fingers under the ball there and it's bounced up into those hands.
Well, if that's the best they got, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a very tough one for the man upstairs. And it's a big moment in the game, huge moment in the game.
It sure is. Right, what do they decide? Is there enough clear evidence there to say one way or the other? He's given it out. They've decided there is. So good stuff for New Zealand. South African captain sent on his way to Villiers. Not overly happy. But big wicket for Ronald Herrick. Good stuff, Martin Guptill.
Well, that's the first time I've seen it when it's been that much of a delay. 9 times out of 10 it goes with the batsman. This time it hasn't. AB's got to go. And his team's in trouble. South Africa 52 for 4. Not even half the overs gone. Hit very hard. Good field placing, mind you. It's a gutsy call to have the fielder that close to somebody like AB De Villiers. Bowler was certain. Guptill was certain. AB not so certain.
No, he wasn't, was he? Didn't go for him. That was a good position because you're right. Guptill was in close, trying to save one and in a catching position as well. So Justin Ontong in at number 6 for South Africa. Important role to do now with JP Duminy.
Well, what do? You've got to set a target of some sort, so you can't really go after the bowling. Again, this is where the running between the wickets. Nothing to speak of. Highest score 14 for Justin Ontong, so it's a tough situation for him to come in, just come back into the South African side. He's been playing really well in domestic cricket, but this is another league and the pressure's on.
Yeah, tough position for him. But a good opportunity. 11 overs still left, so plenty of batting time for him to get in. Doug Bracewell getting his first over of the night.
Been very impressed with the New Zealand bowling. They've mixed the pace up. They started off with a spinner, but Nathan McCullum bowled so well, mixing the pace. Now it's Bracewell's turn.
Well, McCullum, Brendan that is continuing to attack. He's got 5 fielders inside the circle, including a slip. So position New Zealand have South Africa in, I think it's a good move. They can afford to attack.
Absolutely. Justin Ontong's just come to the crease. He wants to feel the ball on the bat. He wants to make sure that he gets the balls into the gaps and takes singles, and McCullum's denying him that.
Oh, too often I think Barry captains just sit back and happy for singles to be taken, but batsman gets confidence and then starts hitting boundaries towards the end, so it costs the side. McCullum saying to both these South African batsmen, there is no easy runs out here, no easy singles, you have to take a risk.
Yeah, delicate balance, isn't it, as a skipper? And it's compounded by the fact that you're keeping wicket as well, so every ball is very important. You just never know what the sort of a nick here is very important. You've got to catch it, but you've also got to think about your field placing. You've got to think about your bowling changes. He's done a wonderful job up to now. And it's strange, you don't often find it that the two skippers are keepers as well.
Tong underway. No, you're right. It's unusual. Both keepers, skippers of the side. They're probably the busiest men on the field without being skipper. So throw the captaincy on top of that. Makes for a busy night for both those players.
That's why I think your senior players play an important role. You know, the Guptills and certainly the Amlers, from a South African point of view, they've got to play that backup role so that they are always advising and supporting the skipper.
Absolutely, they need more than one set of eyes, don't they? They need everyone to be looking and keeping up with what's going on, keeping ahead of the game. That's the thing about T20 cricket, Barriers. You've got to try and stay 2 steps ahead because everything happens and develops so quickly.
Not too many happy faces. You can understand why. 55 for 4. And such an important game. You want to get away to a good start. It hasn't happened.
New Zealand will be more than happy with this. Giving away singles, chewing up the overs.
Good pace, 140. He's up there. Thoughtful man, John Wright. Played a bit of cricket against him, and always a hard man to get out.
Oh, bit of swing. Brace, was there a shot there? Let's have a look and see. There was. Leg by to finish the over. 11 gone. 10 gone. 57 for 4. So, South Africa being sent in by New Zealand. Got a bit of a start at the top with Levy and Amler, and then we've lost 4 wickets, 57 for 10 at the halfway stage. Welcome into the commentary box, Ian Smith.
Yeah, thanks, Mac. I've been sitting at the back enthralled. It's been a fantastic start for New Zealand in particular, but atmosphere-wise, cricket cries out for good crowds, and they've certainly got one here tonight, and they've got an occasion befitting these two sides. The last 5 overs, only singles have been scored. Until there, maybe. No, that'll only be 1 as well. Well, they're going to come back for 2. Dive, son, dive. Oh, boy. Wow, could it be another one? I wouldn't say New Zealand are over the moon confident about this one.
Well, Jimmy Franklin did wonderfully well at mid-wicket, but he had to throw off balance, and it's just whether he had enough pace on the throw to put Ontong in trouble. I'm not sure he did. I think Ontong might have just made it.
Yeah, well, generally the fielders probably get the best indication. And you can see a direct hit might have been interesting, but he just had to do enough to enable it. Ontong got home in the end with ease. So he breaks that run of singles.
Again, though, another risk. It's a real risky run for South Africa.
I think that's one of the things when you haven't played cricket for a little while. Oh, you've got another close one. When you haven't played cricket for a while, even though you might be batting and bowling in the nets, you don't do the running between the wickets aspect. And sometimes you can lose what is a good single. You can lose a bit of judgment. It takes time to get that back. And when New Zealand is so aggressive, so good in the field, South Africa might be battling a bit in that department.
And on a big ground like this, different sized grounds around the country, weird. You might get two at Eden Park, might be very different to here and vice versa. So something you have to look at, the dimensions of the ground, the gaps where you can pick up your 2s and 3s. And New Zealand have been very good in the field, quick to the ball. It's been outstanding, both sides very good in the field.
So better over here for the visitors. They've got 7 off 4. This is T20 international number 221, by the way. 221. Fantastic.
Hasn't taken long to rake up that amount, has it?
No, it hasn't. It has not. Of course, the World Cup at the end of the year will tune a few through there. It's getting close to 20,000 here, I would think, in the stadium. New Zealand women played the English women, and sort of a curtain raiser, and New Zealand were rolled for 80. Made 80 in their 20 overs, and England chased that down quite easily. So 1-0 in that 5-match series. .66 for 4 here in Wellington. Right, downstairs sideline, Simon Doull with the former New Zealand bowling coach.
Yeah, thanks very much, Daniel. Roll for you this time, though.
Yeah, it's always nice. It's one of my favourite places that I've always toured here. So to be on the other side of it now and not wearing the black it feels a bit funny. I've had a bit of stick from the boys early on at warm-ups, but it's all good fun.
You knew you were going to cop a little bit anyway, didn't you? I mean, it wouldn't be New Zealand if you weren't. I
would be very surprised if I didn't cop it in. But look, I've had a great time here. You know, when I had a call from Gary to take up this position, you know, it was very, very tough to turn down. I mean, we became good mates with John Wright, became very good mates with a lot of the guys. So, but you know, it's always something that I've wanted to do, work with South Africa, and here we are now.
No surprises to you, I guess, that New Zealand changed things up a little bit, opening up with Nathan McCullum? Yeah,
we talked about that he was going to open the bowling, you know, pace off the ball. You know, the other night in Christchurch, I think that's one thing that the Wizards did very well, taking pace off the ball. But we need a partnership here. We need, you know, we seem like we're threatening to get a partnership going, and then all of a sudden a wicket. So this is important now that we build on this and have something in the tank for the last 5 or 6 overs.
Will there be any regrets that you've only got one spinner or one genuine spinner in your camp?
Oh, you know, it's, you know, we want to obviously, with the guys that we've got here, give everyone a real good go. But, you know, as we say, you know, it is what it is. This is a team what we've selected, and hopefully we can turn it around with the ball. You're
enjoying the fast bowlers from South Africa, because you did some great work with the New Zealand guys. I mean, what's it like working with these young South African quicks?
It's really exciting having Mornay and obviously Dale Cumming and young Mashanta Lunga, who I actually just met in August last year for the first time. He's a great young prospect. You know, Lopsy has been fantastic. But yeah, I mean, there's some good youngsters coming through, and also seemingly that some of the Black Caps, a lot of the young guys coming through as well. So I mean, I'm really enjoying it, and looking forward to it.
All right, pretty close one out there, boys. We'll say a big thanks to Alan Donald for joining us. We'll see you throughout the rest of the series, and we'll go back upstairs.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Thanks, Simon. Yes, it was relatively close, although South Africa made it in the end. But it just shows you that New Zealand are not letting up. No respite.
No, they've been sharp in the field tonight. That time it was Kane Williamson at point. They've definitely lifted the intensity in the field. No doubt about that. Good signs for the series. I like the way McCullum's still attacking. He's still got 5 inside the circle, Smithy, so he's denying South Africa singles. He's just denying them runs. And at 69 for 4, that puts a lot of pressure on.
He just doesn't want to give them anything. He wants to keep that run rate hovering around about the 6, because 6 in 2020 cricket simply is not enough. So he's not going to give them anything free. He's going to say, if you want something, you hit over the top. Good luck. Well, New Zealand against Zimbabwe, they looked in the last game, well, I won't say jaded, they just looked a bit flat. It's almost as if they were preparing mentally for what was around the corner. But when I see this attitude in the field, I see this aggression, I see Southee in the face of a few batsmen, see what they were doing, really. They were building again. And Martin Guptill, well, is he ever anything but high quality? Thresh through the offside, but just the one. So just the 5 singles in the over. That's 12 gone, 71 for 4. So Albie Morkel, who's powerful man, and then Borta, who is a 2020 specialist. He's tried his trade all around the world, Rusty Taron. So 5 bowlers used by Brendan McCullum. Remember, he used 8 options against Zimbabwe in Hamilton. He couldn't find the right recipe there, but he's settling on using a bit of spin, and again, he's going to change it down in terms of pace with Kane Williamson.
Well, he's got a knack of getting a wicket in his first over whenever he bowls. So it'll be interesting whether Brendan McCullum's just going to give him the one. Oh, look, suddenly see some turn. We've seen some tonight.
Well, you're going to play off the back foot to that length, you're in a spot of bother. And JP Duminy is a very proficient player, but you've got to get forward to that. Just getting hurried up.
Just skidding on, isn't it? Couple of turn, then a little bit quicker from Williamson. Duminy just getting caught neither forward nor back.
That's close-ish, close-ish. Pressure on. Wow, Brendan McCullum is absolutely flabbergasted. That hasn't been given.
Has it turned enough? I just wonder whether it was sneaking down the leg side. Oh, it might have rattled into leg stump. It's very close. It's one of those ones that can go either way.
We just can't get him. Duminy, just a single of 5 deliveries. Let's have a look at this again. Pitching on off, going on to hit. Middle and leg. Wow. Dodged one there, JP.
Well, it did hit leg stump. Got a bit of middle as well. He has dodged one there. You can see why Williamson was so keen in the appeal.
Just the 1 run off the over. Great over, Williamson. 72 for 4.
Select one of the following mega hits to be in to win with Mitre 10 Mega. Hamilton Masakadza. Brendan Taylor. James Franklin. Text A, B or C to 414 and enter the daily draw to win a $200 gift card from Mitre 10 Mega and Mitre 10 stores, and the grand prize to the value of $2,000.
Well, the voice of New Zealand cricket radio-wise is Brian Waddle, and that is his wife, Claire, sitting all by herself. And a vast crowd. 72 for 4, 13 overs gone. Spin bowling option number 4. Rob Nichol, he'd be loving this competition. Pretty unflappable sort of a bloke.
Very unflappable. Very steady, emotional. Never goes up or down. Solid guy.
Bowling, man.
Luxury for McCullum to have guys that bat in the top of the order like Williamson and Nicol that you can call on to bowl spin. It's just brilliant.
Well, I just wonder when South Africa are going to have a crack here. I mean, this is 2020 cricket. You're either in or you're out. There's only one stage in an innings you can really rebuild. You can only rebuild once. They'll put on 21, but there has to be a launch from one end. And that might be the start of it, but the hero will cut that off. They'll get 2. But really, I think a 6 and over ain't going to cut the mustard. It simply isn't.
Well, you're right. And I think that's where Duminy has to take responsibility and say, I'm the senior pro. I've been in for half an hour. I've got Albie Morkel still in the shed who can hit the boundaries. One short was called there.
Yep, and that was Ontong. Ontong was the guilty party. He hit the reverse sweep and didn't touch his bat down in the right place. Short, got to go behind the line, didn't do it. Brendan McCullum gets him. Athletic stuff. Absolutely athletic, and he's turned it down. Well, New Zealand were absolutely sure. McCullum can't believe it still.
What's this come off? Oh, I'm sure it just came straight off the glove. Let it from McCullum. Let's have a look at this. Oh, my goodness.
That's hit, I think that's hit the bat and the glove. It's hit at least 2 things. For mine, that's just a rank bad decision. It went nowhere near pad or body. It was simply, let's have a look here, nowhere near pad or body. Crowd are seeing it now. They're saying off arm. Well, to me, it was bat. McCullum's fuming there.
Ball done. Brilliant.
Good fielding. Who else? Martin Guptill. 75 for 4. Well, Dooley, this is some atmosphere. Cricket doesn't see this very often in this country.
Oh, absolutely outstanding down here, Smithy. We've got a great crowd in behind us here. These guys are absolutely loving it. What I can tell you, mate, is that the trains were late. The trains are running late tonight, so they're not even all in here at the moment. These guys are enjoying it. I might grab a chip. Oh, there's none left. I dropped the chips. It's not the first one I've dropped, though, Smithy. Absolutely brilliant to be here, though. It is certainly wonderful tonight.
Dooley, how are you reading the game from ground level? 6 and over. When are they going to cut loose, South Africa?
Yeah, look, New Zealand are well and truly on top. Their camp are very happy. They weren't overly amused with that decision that's just been made, of course, the catch for Brendan McCullum. I didn't see it, but you guys obviously thought it was off the bat and maybe the glove. South Africa just looking a little bit down at the moment. Their shed, their camp, they're just looking a little bit apprehensive and not sure what a good score is. I said at the pitch report, Smithy, I thought 160 was a minimum for them, and I think they're going to be a long way short of that.
Thanks, Dooley. Good on you.
Thanks, mate.
Have some chips. 76 for 4. And certainly from side on, it appeared to us as if it hit bat. It looked as if there was 2 points of contact. However, that's ancient history, and Ontong survives.
Right, well, they got to light it up now, South Africa. The rebuilding's been going on the last 4 or 5 overs. They have to find the boundary rope. They need some big overs.
Well, here's one. That is straight out of the meat, and 25 rows back.
Wow, that's the first boundary since the 4th over. 10 overs of rebuilding from South Africa. Justin Ontong has absolutely moosed that. It is out of the screws. It's gone a long way back. South Africa need a bit more of that.
Well, how about that one then? It's a double act. Not quite so well timed.
Right, the foot's gone down. This is what we've been waiting for. Geez, a good timer of the ball on Tom, isn't he?
I don't think he got that at all. To be honest, he almost overran it. It was so full.
It's gone 20 rows back, Smithy.
At the side wall. That one's gone 30 rows back. Oh! Bang, bang. And bang again. Kane Williamson under severe pressure, and the captain has to make some ground to stem the flow.
Oh, this is the great thing about T20 cricket. It can change in 3 balls. 18 runs from 3 deliveries, and all of a sudden the momentum swings back to South Africa. And Untong likes that. That is a big shot over mid-wicket. I love this game. Wow, where does Williamson go? He's got to find the Yorker.
Well, he's got to ask him to hit through the offside if possible. Can he hit him over the offside? He's got to go wider of off stump and really make him fetch it, or go so flat he can't get under it.
Well, he's saying to Nathan McCullum, where would you bowl it? I've tried it outside off stump, tried it full, got the full toss, and then I've tried it a bit quicker, and they've all gone. Where would you bowl it, Nathan? Can't go for 4 in a row, surely.
Yes, he can. He can easily go for 4 in a row. Monstrous stuff. Oh, they're on their feet in the dugout. South Africa have come alive. It's 101 for 4.
Wow, 26 off the Kane Williamson over. South Africa have signalled their intent. The foot is down. The afterburners are glowing. And Justin Untong has just moosed 4 big shots over mid-wicket. Williamson knows, shakes the head, he knows. Look at that over, 26. That is a skyscraper like none other. 4 red dots, 44 without loss in that 5-over break. 5 overs left in this innings. And New Zealand go back to Tim Southee, the most experienced death bowler, to talk you through the last 5 overs. Gary Richards with Mark Richardson.
Thank you, Craig. Yeah, what a momentum shift. What a massive shift of momentum. All of a sudden, a big finish looks on. All of a sudden, 4 wickets actually looks like wickets in hand for South Africa.
I can't talk. It's changed so much. 1 over, 4 huge hits. Bit of controversy the over before. Williamson goes for 1 in his first and 26 in his second. What a game.
This is a big moment in the game as well for Southee to come back into it as these two bring up their 50-run partnership of 37 balls. Southee's been in the face of these South Africans all night. Well, this is Snicko on that, and I think there's definitely an edge on that. Oh, look, it's not easy. It's a good atmosphere here. And, you can't go on the players who I would say McCullum is filthy right now after what happened after that.
Apologies to all the people who can lip read.
Brilliant as he has picked it up. Tim Southee. Oh, that is fantastic stuff. My goodness. Memories of Shane Bond on this ground. One of the great caught and bowls. Well, this will rival it.
Brilliant. It really is, because he hit it off the middle. And look at that, the big man gets down, takes it clean as a whistle. Justin Untong's got to go just when he threatened to take the game away from New Zealand. New Zealand back in the game again. Another twist in the tail. Untong out for 32, 102 for 5.
It wasn't flying back, but it was dying on him. They showed how agile and athletic he is there, Tim Southee. That is a brilliant catch. Made actually look pretty simple in the end.
Yeah, he was lining it up, was Justin Untong, and Tim Southee bowled it beautifully right in the block hole. So hard for you to get it up and over, and I think that's what he had in the back of his mind. And in the end, he chipped it back. Albie Morkel, big hitter also.
Yeah, big strike rate, that big career strike rate. Just the man to come out in the situation. He has got the ability to finish this innings off and get them up to something around 150.
I just wonder how much homework they have done. Will he get the short ball very early, within 1 or 2 deliveries?
Is that the place, is it?
That's what they like to do with fast bowler v fast bowler.
is full, looking for the death style Yorker. And Morkel will be underway with a couple. You can't understate just how difficult these sort of catches are. Yes, it's not coming back with great pace, but it's dying all the time.
Yeah, and you're going off to the left because that's your natural follow through, and then you've got to change direction as a big man and get the hands down there. It was very athletic.
This time he goes short and he's swatted away on the onside. One bounce, nearly carried. Nathan McCullum was making good ground on that.
I think Albie was expecting it too. He was waiting there. He cleared the front side and he was waiting. He knew it was coming. Still a bit of batting to come. Rusty Taron's not a mug, and Johan Botha, he's been there before. He's played a lot of 2020 cricket. He knows what has to be done.
He'll pick up runs here. Rather lucky. It would have been a wide had he missed it, but he'll take the boundary, that's for certain.
You're right. Did well to get a bat on it in the end. Probably deserved 4. It was that wide, getting the bat on it.
That's a rather hopeful dive from Brendan McCullum as well. He was absolutely nowhere near that. A for effort, though. That's what all the Black Caps as a unit have given this evening. They have really been on in the field.
Plays that role well. JP Dumney gets it into the gaps. 110 for 5.
The important partnership between Dumney and Anton has been broken. Caught and bowled by Southee, but a big hitter in Morkel is in there right now. Botha can bat. Taron apparently can bat as well. There's 4 overs remaining. A lot of spin used, and a lot of spin had been successful until 1 over from Williamson. The experience of Mills comes back into the attack. He's been rather taken to today. He's got to put that out of his mind and finish this job off. He can bowl out here and bowl through to the death. And he goes full and into that block hole length immediately. So a good start by Mills.
Where are we going? Rigger, where are we going? I don't know where they're going. What they think a decent total will be. I think they'll try and have 150 in the back of their mind. That's always what you feel is defendable, especially with a good bowling attack that South Africa have.
It's a different sort of attack, though, isn't it, from what the New Zealanders use with the abundance of slow bowling. The ball has stuck in the surface just a little bit. I don't think it is that hard. So something around 150 could be quite a challenging total. They'll need a big finish, though, of course.
And they certainly will. He can do it. Albie Morkel. Just wonder if they regret leaving Robin Peterson out. The left armour, a lot of experience.
Smashes that through, and that should go for 4. Yes, it does. Wasn't a particularly good delivery, that, from Mills. You don't want to let this guy get started with gifts, or he will get some rhythm and punish you.
Yeah, attempted slow ball. Didn't quite come out right. Paid the penalty. A little bit of movement there. Just every now and again it hits the seam and does it just a little bit. Keeps the batsman and the bowlers interested, for that matter.
Well, the South African bowlers, I thought, in the warm-up game against Canterbury showed the ability to hit hit the strings on the ball and get some movement and some movement through the air as well. And I think to threaten the Black Caps batting, which is powerful, they will need to get the ball to move sideways.
You've had experience here at night. Does it move around a little bit?
It often gets a little dewy, and another big swing and a miss, slow ball, well bowled by Mills. It often actually gets a layer of dew, that the dew comes down and the ball can get wet, but it slides on a little bit more and can help the batting team.
Absolutely. I always remember that happening at various times in England, where it skids. It actually is easier to bat once you've got used to it. Good slower ball there. In fact, got a bit of turn. And that's what you need to do, mix it up.
That was the off cutter from Mills. He's got the little leg cutter floater as well. That's a good single.
I think you'll find that Duminy would want to try and bat till the end and just nurdle the single around and give Albie Morkel and the big strikers, Buerta and Tehran, the bowling.
It's good over this too from Mills. He'd gone 2 overs for 22 before this. He's come back. He's gone for 6 off 5 at this stage of the match. That is excellent. He's got to finish it off though.
And he'll be searching for the Yorker ball.
Gets it full and straight. A good area. Treated with respect. So a good over that from Kyle Mills. 117 for 5. You can have your vote as to who you think has been the best performer here tonight. The National Bank Man of the Match. Text the surname of the man of the match to 5599 and be in to win with the National Bank. Spell it exactly as it appears on that graphic as well.
Who's yours then? Nathan McCullum.
Not even halfway through the game yet, Barry.
Well, you've got to choose one right now for halfway, or 3/4 way actually.
I'll tell you what, here's one slightly different. I think it's been a pretty good display of captaincy so far from Brendan McCullum.
True, he's done well. Not an easy job to keep. Think about field changes. Southee again. Can he finish it off? He's bowled well.
Yeah, he's been good too. 2 for 16 from 3. Good shot. Clever shot. They often do this when fine leg is up, and that is done very well indeed.
This is a shot that's come into fashion a little bit. He played with a helmet on. You wouldn't want to play without one.
Well, it's a good shot too, because it means that the bowler can't just look to go full and straight. You ask him then to think, well, I've got to then maybe bowl a bouncer or bowl a slower ball. I'm going to have to mix it up. Open spaces out there. Another clever stroke. 2 men were up in the circle, opened the wrists and got it away into vacant areas. Some clever stuff going on from Duminy now.
Quite right. Very good batting. One leg side now, offside. You see the open face here. Just opens the face. Knows that if it gets it over the infield, it's going to run away. Shorter boundary. Good cricket.
Well, with the field set too, with a man at 3rd man, but then 2 men just behind point, means that if he gets that square enough and beats them, it will go away for 4. Now they've decided to change their line, and they're going to strengthen up the onside and bring mid-off up. So I would suggest that what Southee will do now is probably look to go full and more onto leg stump as opposed to full and wide of off stump.
He's a square player though, Duminy. Square either side of the wicket.
Still gets it offside, can't get it through. Shot, the stumps, misses.
Backs himself all the time. He knows he's in trouble if it hits.
Boy, he was putting the big ones in halfway down as well. He knew that Bracewell was back on the 30-yard circle, and there's always a chance of a single there, but I don't think he realised it was travelling so fast to him. Nine off 3. This is good for South Africa. Boy, that's even better. That's well stopped. That was absolutely rocketing out to Franklin there.
He's done really well. I'd like to have timed that and put the speed ball from the bat till now. That went like an absolute rocket. Went to his good hand, being a left-hander, and he did well, James Franklin.
This should be out. This should be out, and it is taken. Mills made it look tough in the end, but he gets it and does the job.
Another big wicket just when they threatened again, South Africa, to put in a good effort at the end. Bouncer from Southee. Mills didn't spot the first one, and one bounced just in front of him. This one, he made a little bit of a mess of it, but Duminy in the end has got to go. Looking for the full delivery on the front foot, and Mills, where is it, where is it? Whoa, just got there. It's a helicopter job. Out for 41. Well played. 127 for 6.
Yeah, but look at Mills here if you can see him, because a number of times he thought he was overrunning it, then he stopped, and then he thought he was overrunning it again, and then he'd underrun it and had to dive, and a big sigh of relief when he took it.
All right, from the Russian judge there. Good finish. 127, delicately poised. South Africa are going to be round about the 150. That's defendable with their attack if they bowl well.
All right, Johan Walter, those are reasonably good reading, those figures. An average of just under 20. That's okay, at a good strike rate. So he's an all-rounder. Was a good innings that from Duminy, because he had to be fairly cautious as wickets were falling, and then he lifted the strike rate towards the end. He couldn't finish the innings off, but it was a good performance. And Southee's turned in a good performance as well. He's got 1 ball remaining in his 4 overs. He's taken 3 wickets, 3 for 26. He's been aggressive. He's been in the face of the South Africans through the whole innings. Oh, it snuck through, and they should get a couple. Big inside edge. It would have been unfair had it gone for 4, but it doesn't, just 2. So that's a good spell of bowling there from Southee. 129 for 6. Well, this is the first international of the tour. 2 more T20s after this, going to Hamilton and New Auckland, and then into 3 one-day internationals. And the New Zealand domestic summer concludes with 3 test matches. For me, the marquee part of the season: Dunedin, Hamilton and Wellington. (3-3-3). That's the format, and the international games.
And a good one too. I reckon most tours should be that. Just had Australia out and South Africa, 2 test matches, 1 each, and they go home. Everybody disappointed.
Right, Doug Bracewell, 2 overs for 9. Good run. Very good run.
There's a new rule coming in, Rigger, about protecting your stumps, and you've got to hold your line. And that would have been an interesting one if it had hit him. What would the umpires have done?
Well, I'm looking forward to see the first person who is given out a strike in the field, because this is the old style of doing it. No, he held his line. Very clever.
Yeah, you'd never. You got the Black Caps have no case there.
No, Buckley's. They wouldn't have got it. But it's an interesting one. It's one to keep an eye out because there's a couple of good exponents around the world. Jonathan Trott's one of them.
They swat right across the other side of the pitch. Well bowled, Doug Bracewell. No single. McCullum's onto it in a flash.
Well, that's as good a ball as you can bowl at this stage of the game. Right in the block hole, swinging into a left-hander. No room to free it up. Couldn't get underneath it, and that's what batsmen are looking for. Well bowled. You get overexcited in situations like this, and you're looking for boundaries and boundaries and boundaries, and you miss because you're so pumped up about it. And I think that's what Johan Butt is going down the wicket to say, listen, just get the bat on it. We've really got to get some runs. We've got to get up to the 150 mark.
Well, it looks like Morkel is just trying to hit everything. If he sees the ball, he's trying to hit everything over towards long on or cow corner and having to fetch it too much.
Yeah, and he doesn't move around in the crease, so he's static position.
Now he goes offside. He'll just pick up a single. I just got the feeling he was just limiting his stroke play to the onside, thinking onside and missing out on offside opportunities. And he's not happy. He's a little frustrated there. It's got to be a hard game to come in and just start hitting.
Very, very tough. Mind you, it's just as tough when you've got to bowl at the death. That's not an easy task either, when you know that they're going to be looking for you.
2 from 4 off this over. And he gets another one through, and he gets it through with good pace too.
Yep, 141. That's very handy. That was on him quickly. Big tall man. Bowls the heavy ball, as they say.
The Black Caps have bounced back beautifully after some momentum was gained. Young Williamson was taken to. They regrouped. McCullum made some bowling changes, and he's been backed up. It's a top over in the context of this match. Just 3 from it. 132 for 6.
Yeah, disappointed faces behind. They were hoping for a little bit better than that. Yep, when there's one over to go, there's no forward defensive there.
One over remaining. South Africa asked to bat by Brendan McCullum. It's really been ball dominating bat for the most part of this innings. It's been a little bit there for the medium paces off the seam, and a little bit of turn as well. You can see those 3 wickets there, overs 4 through about 8, which really stalled the innings for South Africa. Mills will have the responsibility of the final over.
Only 12 boundaries have been hit in the context of a 2020 game. That's not a lot.
Got him.
I think in situations like this, you've got to be a little inventive sometimes. And that's why I like the batting of Richard Levy. The moves around the crease just to give the bowler something to think about when he's a couple of paces away from home. And it just throws you off. If you're really concentrating on where you want to bowl it, sometimes if the batsman moves around, it throws your concentration off. That's what I need to do.
Well bowled, Kyle Mills. Brilliant stuff. Right in the Yorker length.
Well, you see, if you'd gone back in your crease, if you can back yourself, then that becomes a good length ball and you can get underneath it. That's what Levy does. I know that it's a big ask for batsmen down the order, but when you know that that's where he's trying to pitch the ball, you've got to try and be inventive and get away around it.
It's better stuff. He didn't quite time it. There'll be a chase out there and he'll rather pitch, and they'll get back for 2. And they do finally pick it up. But that's good, clever batting from Border, because he would have looked at the field set. No deep third man, no fine legs, so he knew the bowling was going to be full and straight and looked to play the ramp. Now they just changed it a little bit. It's a little bit of cat and mouse. No harm done with the misfield there. So third man goes back now. And he goes onside again, and he goes well, and he'll pick up 4. Clever shot.
That's his area. Backs his eye. 140. Not yet. They're not in tears yet. But there's a job for the bowlers to do. Slower delivery, well played.
Brings about changing the field again, so up comes third man. Back goes a player on the onside, back to deep backward square.
I'll be looking for the boundary, so it could be the ramp shot again.
Slower. Has he hit it well enough? Up he goes, but over it goes. Wow, that's a good shot.
And for a minute I thought he'd hurt himself. He might have landed on the rope. Nearly. Oh, suddenly it's become a good over.
Gee, what a shot. Just got the leverage he required. Through the hands almost. He's a good fieldsman. He does land on the rope, and that would have hurt. And the reverse sweep. Doesn't get it, doesn't time it. It's not a bad finish, though. 15 from the final over. South Africa reached 147 for the loss of 6. It is definitely a defendable total, that one. They rather studied their way to it, but they've got to something in the end.
Rob Nicol opening up just the 6 matches. Played very well in Hamilton a couple of nights ago with 56. And Albie Morkel, new ball in hand. A little bit of shape straight away. South Africa will certainly come hard at New Zealand. They will look to defend this total, and Craig McMillan alongside me. It will not be easy, Macca.
No, it won't, Simon. South Africa will put the heat on New Zealand early. They have to withstand that. The likes of Nicol and Guptill, they have the players to do that. South Africa will know they need to take early wickets if they're going to defend this lowish total.
Nicol's underway. See him advancing regularly to get his innings underway. Doesn't necessarily come down the wicket and always look for that big shot. Just gets those feet moving early on, Macca.
He does. I like it that he's not always looking for the big shot when he does come down the wicket. Quite often it's just to disrupt the length from the bowler, and it seems to work for Martin Guptill. Wow, he's been in a rich vein of form. High score of 91, good average, good strike rate. He is a key man for New Zealand.
Well, with the amount of video footage and analysis that goes on nowadays, I think the New Zealand camp got it spot on. They did a great job. The backroom staff, whether it be Trent Woodall, the video analyst, Rupert Lewis. I don't know who it was or who's been doing the work, and maybe it's just a collection of the whole lot, but they got it right tonight as far as the bowling plans went, bowling to the South African outfit. Alan Donald knows a lot about the New Zealand batsmen, the New Zealand team. As the bowling coach, what work has he done? Will South Africa get it right?
Well, the good thing about it, Dooley, was that the plans were backed up by the players. New Zealand were outstanding in the field. They really were. The fielders backed up the bowlers who delivered, put the ball in the right areas, and they made life really difficult for the South African batsmen, who I thought at times looked a bit rusty. Only played the one warm-up game a couple of nights ago against Canterbury. Still working their way into this tour, so it's a good opportunity for New Zealand to jump on top of them right at the start of the tour, put them under pressure.
It's a good start from McCullum. Very good start. You know that they won't lie down, though, South Africa. That is not in their nature. They will be aggressive. They'll come hard at New Zealand. I thought the 160 was minimum, but this total, it is defendable. They're going to have to take early wickets, but it is defendable.
It is. Early wickets the key. They need to get rid of that man Guptill. He's the key for New Zealand. The runs he scored this season.
Streaky, but he's underway. A little bit of swing again from LB McCullum. That is a very good first over, 2 without loss.
Oh, good shape from LB McCullum. Good seam, and yes, a real hoop. Guptill trying to hit through the leg side, so he got the leading edge. That should be encouraging for the South African bowlers, knowing if they do pitch the ball up, there is that swing, and that swing's going to be vital early on.
What's also encouraging for South Africa is they will look through that lineup and they'll say, OK, experience at 2 and 3, inexperience at 4, experience at 5. Once you get to Colin de Grandhomme at 6, then there's inexperience as far as batting is concerned, and batting at the top level. So they know that early wickets puts this New Zealand side under pressure.
Yep, without a doubt. AB De Villiers would have talked about that with his bowlers. Southee, who was outstanding in the warm-up game against Canterbury, 4 wickets and a hat-trick to start the tour. Always nice when things fall into place like that. Very good average, and he has got the ability to swing the new ball.
A difference in pace. He's not quick by any stretch, Southee. He'll operate in that mid to late 120s and early 130s at best, but he does find a very good length
with bounce. Simon, tall man, as most the South African squad are in terms of the bowling power that they have. It's the extra bounce that will make life difficult for the New Zealand batsmen.
So for Rob Nicol, boundary rider at deep backward square leg. He loves that pickup shot. So Southee just going across. That's what I like about his bowling. He angles the ball across. He's got that little one that he bowls an off cutter almost that just slides across the right hander, and then he's got the ability to shape the ball back in, seam up.
Yeah, it's a good test for the New Zealand right-handers. They would have watched him the other night. He's got all the variations, and he needs to strike early for South Africa.
Cross seam. Going short. So a lot of players nowadays will look to that cross seam delivery for the bouncer. Either skids on a little bit quicker off the shiny side, or it'll hit the seam and just stand up a little bit. Very simple at bowling action. Looks like a good athlete. He's worked hard, nice and tall at the crease, and this is where he gets the bounce from. Have a look at the straight. Bowling over the top of that front leg. Look where the foot and the hand are at release. They're basically in a straight line, so it comes over top of that front leg and gets some nice bounce. Straight down the ground, not perfectly timed, but it might be good enough. New Zealand's first boundary.
Good stuff from Guptill. This time was just a touch short and wide from Southee. Not exactly where Martin Guptill wanted it to go, but he got the result. He got the boundary he was after. Geez, a good form. Waited for it. Almost a straffle down the ground.
It's nowhere near the middle, is it? It's off the edge of the bat. See the bat turn in his hands.
Martin Guptill hits it better off the edge of his bat than some players that I played with hit it off the middle.
Why'd you look at me when you said that? Harsh but fair, Macca. Leg side this time. Just the one.
Well, that's a shot of a player in confidence. Confidence of his own form. And a rich vein of form. Look at that, 550s in a row against Zimbabwe. 51 in the first test. And then the 3 one-day games went 70, 77, 85 and 91 not out to finish that the first T20 against Zimbabwe. Of course, didn't play in the second match, so that's outstanding from Guptill.
Good bouncer to finish the over. 2 overs gone. It's 9 without loss. Well, you can get in touch with us, of course, and post your comments, ask questions of our expert panel we've got here. Ian Smith, Barry Richards, wealth of experience there. www.facebook.com/Sky Sport Cricket. There's also a poll on there. Mitre 10 mega poll. Post your questions or your comments. Two overs gone. It's been a slow start from New Zealand. They haven't lost wickets, and that will please them. South Africa started very well with the ball. Way over the offside this time. Not timed again, but will bring about 4. A little bit of width.
Oh, geez, hard to bowl to, Martin Guptill. The margin for error is so small. So strong off that front foot. So confident at the moment. Not afraid to hit the ball in the air. Just awesome to watch. Now, Dawley, look at those scores. They're all going up. What's he due tonight? Must be due 100, surely.
Well, that'll help Macca. Add 6 to the total now, so he moves through to 17.
Yep, that will help. It's going to take some serious hitting from Martin Guptill to get 100 by himself, and they're only chasing 148, but who would put it past this man? First he goes 4 over cover, then Albie Morkel goes too short at his pace, and Guptill sits up and says, I'll have a piece of that. So quick on it, so far in front of square. Albie's got to get his length right or he's going to go. Just the one, finds mid-on. Wow, Martin Guptill is putting a marker in the sand at the start of the South African tour. It was to a big part of the ground. 85, big hit. It's a big wide boundary out there towards long on. And it's a fast start, Dawley. That's what New Zealand were after.
That's good cricket shot so far. Pitch it up, hit it over extra cover, drop it short, will pull you. AB De Villiers up to the stumps now. Well, something he's worked on hard too is wicket keeping. AB De Villiers has become a genuine wicket keeper in short forms of the game, and it just allows South Africa to play that extra batsman, extra bowler, whichever way they feel like going.
Quite remarkable, really, when you think he was probably one of the world's best fielders, outfielders or infielders, and he's turned himself into a top-class wicket keeper.
He probably still is. I don't know whether he's lost the ability to field in the outfield or in close. He was again another expert at that cover point region, and I'm sure we'll see that when the test matches roll around. It's like change in the field, so long on back to the boundary. Third man up in the circle, Hashim Amla, third man. So we've got a deep backward square, maybe just forward of square actually, and a long on the boundary for Rob Nicol. Nicks it. It's gone past AB De Villiers, no chance of a catch. Should pick up a couple. .22 without loss.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, Dawley, whether it hit the gloves of AB De Villiers. Let's have a look. Yeah, it did. Wouldn't have carried if you were standing back, so very difficult when you're standing up like that.
Yeah, and I think if you mentioned that to Ian Smith, you'd say that's a very, very tough chance. It's one you don't catch very often at all, and you've got to be very lucky to do so.
used to have a coach that said if you got a hand or if you got a finger to it, should take it. That's hard school, I know, but
Who was that?
can't say.
Come on, mate. Complete the story. Southee to continue. A little misfield. Comfortable single.
Oh, we talked about how good New Zealand were in the field tonight, but South Africa are a class act as well. Guptill was outstanding tonight. Duminy is good at that backward point position, as is Justin on time. They've got a good fielding side. And when you've got two sides that are so close, sometimes that could be the difference.
Well, the two sides that have always prided themselves on their ability to restrict teams in the field, back up their bowlers. And something as a batsman, if you fail, you can do. Levy, again, on Tong there. Johan Buerta. And no slouch either. Very good slip fieldsman, good in the outfield. The bowlers are athletes as well, and that's the beauty of the South African side and the New Zealand side. Advancing again. Good bowling this from Southee. Slightly slower.
I'll throw it back to you, Dawley. As a bowler, that must give you supreme confidence to know that if you bowl a bad delivery and it goes close to a fielder, not that you ever did, but if one just slipped out, that people are going to cut it off in the field. The ball goes in the air, they're going to catch it. Fielders backing you up, really important.
Oh, absolutely. And your key fielders in key positions. Oh, it's great. It's great to have terrific fieldsmen. Chris Harris, Nathan Astle, yourself patrolling the covers, Macca. Pulled away this time. That will be four. Timed nicely from Rob Nicol. Too short. And he was quickly onto it.
First boundary for the night for Rob Nicol. And Southee just too short. Nicol loves it here. Look how far in front of square he's hit it. Pierced the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. Never high enough. Only waist high. Nicol could control it. And that's a nice shot to get underway. It's got to be a lot higher, a lot shorter from Southee. Up around head height.
Advancing straight. Good piece of work from the big fella. Morne Morkel.
Well, that's a good example, Dawley, what you were saying about the bowlers being athletes. Morne Morkel must be 6'8". He is a huge man.
It's only because you're 5'6" you say that, but no, he's about 6'4.5", 6'5".
Oh, he's taller than that. Trust me, he is. I'm 6 foot, so I don't know what you're on about. Saved his side 3 runs there. Really important.
Oh, quick single chance at the bowler's end. I think that might have been touch and go as quick as Martin Guptill is. But he's safely through. 4 overs gone, 29 without loss.
I'll take my measuring tape out next time.
119 to win for New Zealand. They have not lost a wicket in this chase so far. They bowled beautifully, and this ground looks magnificent. The crowd outstanding. Pitch, the outfield. A real credit to Brett Sipthorpe and his team of ground staff here. He's got a good team. They do a great job. Morne Morkel into the attack. Look for the extra bounce here. Straight away past the bat. A little bit more pace and a little bit more bounce. Straight away at first ball, 143 clicks.
Yeah, good start from Morkel. Extra bounce. Guptill has to be careful of that. He really is the leader of the seam attack. Interesting that he doesn't take the new ball.
Look at that record. Average of 16, RPO for an opening bowler who bowls also at the death of 6.44. Outstanding. Not many get him away. Quickly down to that as well, off his own bowling.
Wow, he let it go at 145 to Martin Guptill. I reckon it's come back at him about 155. Didn't have time to get his hand out the way, halfway up the arm. He's just thinking, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to bowl that full to Guptill again.
Yeah, I'm not sure the next one's going to be in his half. Man back on that boundary at deep square again. And third man on the boundary. Yeah, there it was. Again, pace. Can't play the short ball, eh? Very polite, Mornay. Very polite.
I wonder if Mornay Morkel's South Africa's version of Tim Southee, he's going to be the enforcer. Wasn't really short enough for that shot from Guptill. Mornay Morkel straight in his face. AB De Villiers trying to stoke his players up.
I love this. This is great. Love seeing it. It's very well bowled too. Like a change of pace. Not bad when your slow ball's 127.
It's not bad at all.
I wish.
That was your quickest ball, Dooley.
You're not wrong. Mind you, I'm only 6'4", not 6'8", Max, so. Full. Going down leg, big appeal, but save your lungs, Mornay. It will never be given out.
Again up to 145. This time going for the Yorker. Hit the back leg. That's got to hurt. It's close to the ankle. Inside. Oh. Mornay Morkel's interesting, Dooley. He's got this little superstition where he does this little half circle before he runs in. You watch him just. Here he goes. Walks back towards the batter, then does a wee 180. Away we go. Every ball.
Well, it doesn't make him giddy, which is good. And that is a terrific start. Very good over, Mornay Morkel. 5 overs gone. It's 30 without loss. South Africa 35 for 2 in that opening 5-over spell. New Zealand 30 without loss. They won't mind too much. Slightly slower run rate, but no wickets down at this point. So Lonwabo Sitsobi is going to continue his third over. He's got none for 14 from 2 and a change in the commentary box. Barry Richards and Ian Smith.
Thanks, Dooley. Coming at a great time. Still 1 over left in terms of fielding restrictions. Last over for New Zealand to really gamble. But at this stage, everything's very manageable. Haven't lost a wicket. Pressure on AB De Villiers to try and create something. Manufacture some pressure from somewhere. He's got a smile on his face, but deep down he knows he's in a fight here.
I think what they've done well, Smithy, they've come out the blocks, the Kiwis, and they've targeted Levy, and now they're targeting Sotsobi, knowing that those are the two form players, those are the guys who did well in the first game. And that's a ploy that the Aussies used over a number of years, and the Kiwis have carried it over here. Try and target the best players, put them under pressure, and that puts the rest of the team under pressure. Sotsobi, just see how he steps up now.
Didn't step up very well there. That is huge. That is one of the biggest hits in terms of upper stand I've seen at this ground.
Geez, I'd love to see that on one of those little RPL grounds. That would have gone from Mumbai to Hyderabad. That was a biggie. A huge hit. I think a little bit premeditated. Dropped in the slot, tried to bowl a slow delivery, and bang. Wow. He knew straight away. Catch that.
Well, that's a very tall stand here, and that has gone some, I would think, about 40 rows, 45 rows up. And it wasn't a loopy one, it was all power.
Good cricket. That is really good cricket. Just smashed it out the park, then pinch a single, keep the pressure on. Look where this has gone. This is miles. .103. I reckon they took 20 off.
Well, it's a long way up the road from Hagley Park, where he took a hat-trick. So it'll be...
There's a few concerns for the South Africans going into, I mean, 2020, anything could happen. It's one of those games where you need a little bit of luck. But South Africa have got a little concern at the top of the order. Colin Ingram was looking a little bit out of sorts. And of course, Dormany is not, he's a good player, Smithy, but he's a good player when he's mixed with somebody like Levy, where he can nurdle it around for a while.
That's big again. That's off the front foot, and that's further back. It's on the roof.
It's on the roof.
My God, I didn't think I'd ever see one on the roof here.
I don't either. That is hard to believe. They are certainly targeting the main man in the South African side. That is in the slot again. He's trying to take the pace off it, but the batsman's put all his pace onto it. Look where this has landed. This is huge. That's nearly put the fire alarm on.
Well, if that's not 125, I'll go he. It's got to be. It's on the roof, man. Oh, this is a big over. A really big over. Memorable. 14 from it. 44 for none. We're both sitting here, Barry, shaking our heads.
I don't think I've seen one that big. It just defies belief. I reckon if I stood at the bottom of that stand, Smithy, and tried to hit it as hard as I couldn't get it there, and he's got it from the middle.
I think our grey hair tells us, it tells everyone that we've seen a bit of cricket, but
at least we got some.
Two biggest blows I've seen in succession.
Just as well it's dark, because the bowler would have got a sunburned roof of the mouth. They're looking at that one. It went so high and far. The spinner's on. Can Johan Botha do something? He needs a wicket. South Africa need a wicket.
Yeah, what can he do? I mean, he's a vastly experienced cricketer. 29 matches internationally, but he has been bought by franchises all around the world in this form of the game. I mean, he's a pretty sought after commodity. What do they think? Come on. Come on. 127.
That's massive. That it really is huge. That's right out of the screws, and it's gone over third base. That's a mega home run, that one.
44 for none. Lovely touch from Rob Nicol. Now, how will they play the spinner here? A good enough start not to be silly. Run rate required is what it was at the outset.
I just wonder though, Smithy, sometimes when you get an over like that, or a couple of overs on the trot, you think, oh well, I'll just nurdle it around, and then you get yourself into trouble again. You've got to keep playing the way that he normally would play, and that's attack the bowling.
He's got cover in the deep on the onside here. Deep long on, a deep mid wicket, fairly straight. So Guptill will take one a ball down there if he wants, but that's only 6 and over. That pushes the run rate required up slightly. Maybe they've thought to themselves, he's the danger. The slow bowler, the one specialist slow bowler is the danger for them.
Yeah, no, they might regret leaving Robin Peterson out now. I think they'll third long and hard.
One bounce Cries of catch it. Desperate cries from AB De Villiers.
Yeah, hopeful. Yeah, they had a long conference out there before the game started. Donald, Gary Kirsten and AB De Villiers, they must have thought about playing Peterson, thought the track might be a bit slow. No, you're right. They might say, well, 6 and over of Johan Buerta. Be happy with that.
Well, they could. They're in. They should decide amongst themselves, these two, to win the game. They've got a situation now where they've got enough gaps. They've done the damage. They bat the overs. They win the game. Don't ask someone else to come out and do it. And that's taking a giant stride to cementing a place in the side. To me, it might be what they've talked about.
Certainly giving South Africa something to think about. If we go over to their bench, the brains trust there will be a little worried.
They've got 11 on the field. It looks like about 14 on the bench. What's going on there? Another run now. Quick single. So 5 singles, no pressure. 49 for none.
Select one of the following mega hits to be in to win with Mitre 10 Mega. Hamilton Masakadza. Brendan Taylor. James Franklin. Text A, B or C to 414 and enter the daily draw to win a $200 gift card from Mitre 10 Mega and Mitre 10 stores, and the grand prize to the value of $2,000.
So Guptill 35. Some memorable moments already in that innings. 2 monstrous blows. Just carrying on a rich vein of form. And Rob Nicol 13.
Locally, they have the mega hits. Smithy, I don't think there's going to be any contest for the next one.
Yeah, I think you're right. A Guptill, B Guptill, C Guptill. Rusty Tehran, what's he got?
Energetic bowler. They usually use him at the death. A bit of pace. He's one of those ones that slides onto you, Smithy. He's got his work cut out, mind you. It just seems that the more pace you provide on this sort of wicket, the easier it is to hit. That's why South Africa have got to do a little bit of homework about changing up the pace and utilising that.
That's straight down the ground. Could be a catch. Is a catch. Very good judgment, Hashim Amla. For a second, thought it was getting away on him. He knew better.
Not quite out the middle this time, straight down the ground. So Tehran strikes very first ball. That'll give him a lot of confidence. Yes, not quite. That just turning in the hand, and that's similar to Richard Levy. Hashim Amla makes good ground in the end, takes a nice catch. So South Africa a breakthrough. And that'll come as a welcome to them. 49 for 1.
Very good partnership. 49. Ball just held its line a wee bit, and Rob Nicol was looking a bit onside, and he knew he never got enough to threaten the rope. The only part was, did he time it poorly enough that Amla couldn't get to it? And in the end he did, and it was beautifully judged. The arms were quite outstretched, but he had it seemingly under control from the outset. Well taken. And as you say, great relief for Tehran, for AB De Villiers. Get a wicket, maybe change the momentum, but enter Brendan McCullum.
Yeah, 2 very experienced players here. They should cruise to victory, but you just never know in 2020.
McCullum will see this as a golden opportunity to win a game against South Africa, to strike early in the series, get some momentum going. Feeling he won't be silly tonight. It's a wide, so that's a gift. But Brendan McCullum of late, especially since the captaincy, is prepared to wait, prepared to build, and he's now got a platform to work from.
Well, his captaincy was good. He was aggressive when he needed to be. thoughtful with his bowling changes. They'd obviously done a lot of planning, and full marks to him.
So 3 inside the circle on the offside, 1 on the on. It's the field confronting Guptill. That's going down leg side, missing by quite some margin.
Cruel man, Smithy. Going that far down, was it? I don't think Rusty Tehran's all that convinced.
Come on, Barry.
Let's have a look. Okay, it's going down just.
What? Can see all 3 stumps, man.
Hey, listen, it hits the bat and you're not out.
Oh, it's going to be a fun 7 weeks, this. This is better from South Africa. Just a little bit of heightening of pressure.
Look at that, an inch.
I could say something there, but I won't. 1.3 overs gone, 50 for 1.
Good pace, though, 142. He's right up there.
Fielding change here. Knowing Guptill's power down the ground, Tehran's going to send mid-off back to long-off. Brings fine leg up, which is an invitation to take a risk. It's something a wee bit nifty, a wee bit cute. Line's very crucial here for Tehran. It's not the good one, he gets away with it. Boy, he was lucky.
The old double bluff, going for the LB again. Second shot in the over.
There's no Ross Taylor, and Brendan McCullum has had, well, I won't say he's had an easy job of it, because captaining his side is never easy, but things have fallen into place against Zimbabwe. They played even below what they expected they would. Showed signs at the end of the tour, but for McCullum, when he took over mid-test match, 20 wickets in a day to win a test match, and from that point onwards it just rolled out like the proverbial carpet in front of him, and he's done a good job. But this is the real stuff. This is serious stuff.
Well, this is a bit of a gamble, and not a bad one actually, because McCullum hasn't faced a ball yet. They put in the slip.
With another one, but he's overstepped, so that's a big no-no. This is a gift here for someone who can hit the ball a long way. A free hit.
Yeah, gee whiz, that's a bit of ill discipline. I think he's just trying a little bit too hard there, trying to bowl too quick. Puts a lot in, does Rusty Tehran. Just over.
Another inch. So they've got to go back to the field they had set for the ball. They can't change it, so finally it goes back. There's men inside the circle on the offside. Where does Guptill, where does he hit this? They can change it because the batsman's changed, of course. It's not McCullum on strike. I sometimes think if you cop the no ball, you should be allowed to go back and have the hit. It's not out of the screw, so Umar will catch this, but they'll run too.
Save the hands. Let it bounce. Off the bottom again. That was a bit of ill discipline, and they sort of, the fielders are running a little bit everywhere, Smithy, and that's always a sign that the captain's not quite on his game in terms of thinking.
Well, McCullum knew exactly the hang time would give him a chance to turn and come back, and it probably helped him the fact that he let it bounce. He'd have really attacked it and caught it on the fuller. He may have threatened a run out. They'll pinch another one here, even though Guptill has to do a bit of a wide berth. 8 overs gone. It's a neat 7 at the moment, 56 for 1. Well, there's the New Zealand dugout. Of course, they've only got 2 out in the middle. They need 92 from 72. In 2020, that's pretty much a given. It's their game to lose only. It's a nice party atmosphere to kick this tour off at Hamilton, of course, on Sunday night. So they got 11 out there. How come you got 13 in the dugout? What's going on?
It looks like we might need them all too. The way we played. It's not been good. Here's Jan Guptill. This will probably be a couple. Will he take him one? No. How many here, Smithy? It looks pretty full. It's a big ground.
Oh, well, I haven't had an official number, but I've been to a few rugby games here when it's been jam-packed, and that's sometimes up to around 38,000. So I'm picking this over half. So I'm going 22, 23. Great crowd.
Yeah, very promising. There it is. They let a few in again, Smithy. The bloke's been hiding and jumping over the fence.
I don't believe I'm out by 4,000 people. Surely not. Maybe the freebies are at the top, very top story. They didn't count them. This is what McCullum is doing of late. This number 3 role where he's just easing himself into the innings, controlling the situation.
And he's targeting the fielders that he wants to target. Morne Morkel, not the quickest. Hashim Amla, not the quickest. And they seem to have knowingly where to hit it.
Catch it! Oh.
Catch it? It went like a rocket. He is in prime form, Guptill. He hits the ball so hard. Just flies to the boundary.
Well, he commits himself, doesn't he? Commits himself to every shot he plays. He doesn't half hit anything. It's just everything goes at it. Goes through the ball. He's got 5 successive one-day international 50s. He's trying to equal Andrew Jones' New Zealand record of 6 consecutive.
2-3 together, boys.
He's just had summer from wherever, man. Just brilliant.
Catch. Way on us. Thanks, Tommy, man.
This will be a real wake-up call for South Africa. Bit of homework to be done here. I think they missed the experience of Callis. I would have. They don't say he's not a 2020 player, but.
Great save. Terrific commitment from Albie Morkel. Need more of that, though. 9 overs gone, 65 for 1. How can you be what some people regard as the greatest all-round cricketer in the world these days and not be a good player at any form of the game?
Too hard to answer, Smithy. It's a fair question and one that I would have asked myself, so I'll turn it around. Why aren't they picking him? I mean, he's played IPL and he's good.
Well, I tell you what, this New Zealand cricket side, they're pretty happy he's not here. Pretty happy. So Gary Kirsten making some notes there. Coincidentally, of course, both these coaches, Gary Kirsten and John Wright, have been India's 2 most successful coaches. And that's not an easy country to coach. You're under serious pressure there.
Yeah, ask Greg Chappell. Poor old Greg. Torrid time there, you're right. It's not easy, and they've done a great job, both of them.
Gets away with that. Another front foot no ball. So this time Guptill says, you have a crack, Brendan. It's another free hit. Indiscipline.
They just can't do it in 2020 cricket. just get the feeling that they're pushing a little bit, trying a bit too hard. How much over is this? Inch.
'81 from 66. So Brendan McCullum might just free up here. Misses. Swing and a miss.
I suppose it's pretty tough when you think about it, Smithy, but losing Graham Smith, loss of form, and Jacques Cullis not coming in your top three when they've been so much part of the team for so long. It's a tough ask for the youngsters.
Well, a lot of things have got to go right for you when you replace that kind of experience. A lot of things have got to go right. And you need the opposition to help you but by not playing so well. And this New Zealand side at the moment is pretty much on top of its game. Loving their cricket. You get two here if they want. Quite easily. Didn't even go outside the circle. Just looking at these two runners, they'll run South Africa ragged if they're not careful. They are super quick. So for that reason, AB De Villiers has got his inner perimeter fielders about 3 or 4 metres inside the circle, hunting up, looking to create infield pressure. Callum will push again, but this is hit just a little harder. Good pace. Did I see 150 come up there, Barry? 150?
There it is. First one, I think.
The modern commentator would say great heat, Barry. We just say quick. Good gas, great heat. How about that heat? Straight over the top. 143.6 goes back even quicker, and Guptill has 50 yet again.
He's strong, this guy. He really is, and he hits straight and he hits it far. Mind you, South Africa haven't helped their cause. There's a lot of balls on a good length. To a good player like this, he's going to punish you. You've got to get it full in the block hole, or you've got to get it up around the chest mark. And they haven't done either.
It's good pace and it climbs, but Guptill is just in supreme touch. Another 150. Making pace off a relatively slow pitch.
Geez, he backs his eye, and it's a good one. It's an eye like a dead fish. I mean, straight off the middle, across the line slightly, but 50 for Guptill. 2 150s.
Well, we wondered whether New Zealand would handle the extra pace. They've been facing 128, 130, maybe 132 every now and then. 150 this is. So a dot to end another good batting over. It's 77 for 1.
Yeah, some terrific shots here from Martin Guptill. Stand and deliver. Front foot, back foot, and some huge sixes. That is just so far, it's massive.
Catch it!
They're out of there. 50, good one. There is the wagon wheel, the little blue ones. They're not so little, they're big blue ones. They went a long, long way. All around the wicket, mainly leg side, and you'd expect that in the 22.
Just one here, boys. Just one here, boys.
They're in control. They're certainly in control. South Africa have got to pull something out of the hat here. the skyscrapers. And New Zealand well ahead. Mark Richardson in the commentary box, relishing all of this, loving it.
Yeah, by what? It's been some special stuff. Martin Guptill is just in unbelievable form. I mean, the best batting you will ever see in this form. And it's just time and time again.
And it's smart cricket by McCullum too. Brendan McCullum realises the man is in form. Just give him the strike, run it around. He, by nature, is a very attacking player himself, but he summed up the situation and said, over to you, Martin.
Yeah, he's the sort of player who likes to get on the act as well, but I thought the way he managed the New Zealanders in the field, he showed great strategy, and now he's prepared to play second fiddle. Not often does Brendan McCullum play second fiddle to anyone when it comes to the exciting batting stakes. And a good performance as captain. The coach will be pleased.
The team will be pleased.
Yeah, Boatsy boy. Just one here, boys. 1 wicket here, man.
And the two bowlers operating at the moment, Porter and Morkel, are the pick of the bowlers for me. South Africa look to be lacking firepower from the rest of them. Probably needing another slower bowler right now. It's pretty good over that from Porter. 81 for 1. So South Africa were asked to bat, but New Zealand captain, and they got away to a reasonable start, but they had their top order rather decimated, and then Dumini played I thought a very good hand, just stabilised things, lifted his strike rate a bit later on. 41 from 37. On Tong was the aggressor, 32 from 17. Slow bowlers were utilised pretty well, but it was a top performance from Tim Southee. He was in the face of the South Africans all night. He bowled us 4 overs, picked up 3 wickets for 28. Good performance there. And Bracewell was very handy, 3 overs for 10. And Brendan McCullum opening up with brother Nathan McCullum, who did a fine job as well. 4 overs, 1 for 16. In reply, it's pretty much been all the Black Caps.
Just wonder if there'll be any changes in the South African side for the second. England obviously be under a little bit of pressure, and then possibly might bring in another slow bowler. Robin Peterson might be the man to come in. To swap that cap for a thinking one for Gary Kirsten.
No, I think they do need to seriously consider another slower bowling option here. They haven't got it. They've got to do with what they've got here tonight. About 7.5 per over required. No, they got away with that one.
He hasn't quite got his line or his length right, Rusty Tehran. And there's a big gap on the leg side, just behind the umpire, and they nudging it around there and putting the fielders under a lot of pressure. Don't have to hit it hard to get 2, and he's a smart enough cricketer to know that, Brendan McCullum.
Skews this one away. He's got it in a gap too. Not hit where he intended. Just a couple. 143k there from Tehran. He's showing more pace than he showed in the warm-up game, actually, down in Christchurch.
I wondered how long it would be before he couldn't contain himself anymore. Brendan McCullum to try and get in on the action. Got it square enough to miss the fielder.
He's done well to catch up with that. If he'd missed that, it would have been a wide. I don't quite see the benefit in getting that one down a fine leg. A little wry smile from Brendan McCullum.
It's purely instinct, isn't it? Trying to get bat on ball. He did right, and there he knows. He got one, but he would have got one anyway. But he has given Guptill the strike, so I suppose that's a bonus.
He's a very deliberate bowler. Tehran takes a long time to think about what he's going to do and come up with his plan. Not happy with it. I think he's just lost his run up a little bit here as well.
Yeah. You see all those lines, and I suppose you can get easily confused if he's walking from the mark and then he's trying to hit a line, and there's about 4 of them there. It's always a bad sign. You get the bowler, he puts the ball in his hand very deliberately. Now he's looking for a line. Instead of concentrating on where you're going to bowl, he's looking down for a line. And that's very hard to do. And then look up as you're running and concentrate on where you want to pitch the ball. Let's have a look and see again. He's looking down, up, he's lost it.
In the end, it wasn't a particularly bad over for him, though. 7 off it, 88 for 1. Well, Tehran just remarking out his run. You could see from the last delivery when we looked at it from side on, there was a big stride and then little strides and a big stride again. He's really struggling with his approach to the wicket here.
Where is this? Oops, where am I? Yeah, he had to put so much in. In fact, that was so slow in terms of his normal delivery. It's 114.
Well, New Zealand were well ahead of the South Africans. They had a pretty good finish to their innings. But at the moment, if New Zealand continue with the way they're going at the moment, operating at around about 7.5, they'll do this in a canter.
And they've got 2 players out there who know exactly what to do. That's the hard part for South Africa. Dumney, let's see if he can get a little bit of spin. Started off as a part-time spinner, but he's been utilised a little bit more in recent times, particularly against Sri Lanka in slower tracks.
Bowden got one through. Brendan McCullum getting an inside edge back onto the stumps. So another slow bowler, which is what required, has done the job for South Africa here.
Just a little bit of turn. Got caught with his feet together, Brendan McCullum. Not often that happens. He didn't move his feet at all, just wanted to stand and deliver. And a little bit of turn here, just enough to get the inside edge onto the pad, and see you later. And so McCullum departs for 16. 90 for 2, still in control, New Zealand.
You'd look at those figures and you think that McCullum had done a poor job, but he hadn't. He had supported Guptill very well. In the end, he wanted to get on with it, and G. Wright just stood there and flayed the bat at it. Inside edge. He's very, very disappointed with himself, but this is what's needed. This is the trust in the other spin bowlers that I feel AB De Villiers needs to find.
Well, there's Robin Peterson. He's an experienced bowler as well, left-arm spinner. And let's see if this just turns a fraction, just enough to get the inside edge of that bat. And then onto the pad. That's always an unlucky dismissal, but not good footwork, and he's paid the penalty.
Right, Kane Williamson, who finished the game off against Zimbabwe and Hamilton so well.
20 from 5 balls to bring that game home. It's very early, so he's not really a genuine 158 striker in his career, but he's a very clever batsman, and a good one to have in this situation. Run rate's totally under control.
Down!
It's just been too many soft, you know, that one off the mark. It just relaxes the batsman. He knows he's off the mark, and there's no build-up of pressure there. And the opposite happened when South Africa came in. It always took them a little while to get off the mark. The field placing was tight, it was good, and it kept the pressure on.
Well, I think Brendan McCullum is proven that he's a captain who will bring an extra man in and try to squeeze players, even though he can have extra men around the boundary. He'd rather look, I get the feeling he'd rather look at what he can have around the batsman first before he thinks about what he can have around the boundary.
Big collapse coming here, fellas. One more.
I think there's new tactics coming in all the time. Good to see.
Down! Not away from a big collapse, boys. Big expectation here, fellas.
Oh, it's a good shot. He just waited and waited for that and then just hit it behind square. He knew he could pick up 4 there, and he did. He is in scintillating form.
Strong. That one actually slid onto him a little bit quicker than he anticipated, but he's so quick with his hands that he's able to get the bat down and still guard it for 4.
So the first of the T20's been played out here in Wellington tonight. Then we go to Hamilton, followed by Auckland, and into the one-day internationals. 3 one-day internationals. Wellington, Napier, and then Auckland, and then the 3 test matches, Dunedin, Hamilton and Wellington. 3 very, very good venues for test match cricket in this country as well, and many people are looking forward to those fixtures.
Take your sweater to Dunedin. Remember that 8 years ago. Gee, it's freezing down there.
Did you bring your thermals? You wouldn't have seen the ground down the University Island. It's a beautiful little venue, Barry.
No, I commentated there. I had about 4 sweaters on in the commentary box, and there were some idiots sitting around the ground on a sofa in a singlet.
They probably would have been at Carisbrook. It's a new test match venue down there. It's a lovely place. I'm very proud of it, the people of Dunedin. And I promise you they'll turn the weather on for you.
You'll speak to Glenn Turner, will you? He lives down that way.
He's really thinking about his field sets here, AB De Villiers. He needs wickets, and the way he'll get wickets in this game is by trying to squeeze the new players and force them into shots. And he's going to put a big attacking piece in. A first slip, Ingram, more at tip, more probably 1.5 to 2. And he'll swing it away, and he'll... No! Oh, just fell short. Wow, I thought he'd picked him out. I really had. But it just fell short.
He misjudged that, Johan Botha. Completely misjudged it. He, in fact, ran backwards as this was hit, thinking that it was going longer than it was. You have a look at him. He's running backwards, and then suddenly realizes he's got to come forwards. We saw Carl Mills struggle with the viewing, and now Johan Botha, same thing.
He can count himself a little lucky there. Williamson. That's the 100 for New Zealand, up in the 14th over. Tell you what, they can get Williamson out all they like, but until they get Guptill out, they will not win this match, I can promise you that. If Guptill is there near the end, this is all over Red Rover.
You should be smarter than to know that. Can't call it. Commentator's curse.
Oh, good fielding, brilliant fielding. Nearly generates a run out. That's what they need. They need some brilliance. Nearly came from Duminy. He wants to. He's yelling out, come back. And they will come back. Williamson is super fast. Turn 1 into 2. 102 for 2.
You almost need a helmet when you bowling to Guptill. He hits it so straight and so hard. If he hits it head high, it'd kill you.
Well, I've been working on theory, actually, which I've been trying to get past, is you don't actually back up when Guptill's at the striking end, or you could get run out. We've seen it a few times, actually. It happened to Jesse Ryder, who's not here. .64 from 45 for Guptill, and he's been very good on the onside, very good straight as well. 26 of them down the ground. It's a good high proportion in this form of the game. Yeah, he's one of the straightest hitters, Martin Guptill, that you will see.
Catch!
Good placement, really good placement. That's what he's known for, Williamson.
They've taken advantage of every bad ball, New Zealand. A lot of the times the South Africans get a full toss and maybe put it away for just one, but New Zealand, it's been the opposite. Bad ball, put away for 4. Big difference.
Down! Yeah, JP! Fellas. 1 wicket here, boys. Judge.
Now, how well has he hit that? Yep, just was it? No, they're signaling 4. It would have been about 6 inches short, but once again he targets a gap and he pierces it brilliantly.
I reckon this bounced on the rope. Yeah, just inside. All the people in the crowd have got their arms up already.
Williamson, he's just one of these players that has an awareness of where the field is and an ability to just avoid them.
And that's what you should be taught when you're growing through the cricket ranks. A lot of people say, what are you looking at when you look around? And a lot of say, I'm looking at the fielders. Well, you shouldn't be. You should be looking at the gaps. That's where you want to hit it.
The biggest boundary on the ground, and the angle he hit that on, it wasn't far from going for 6.
Have you seen a bigger one than the one that Guptill hit? 127. I don't think I've seen anything bigger than that.
It's rather missed out there. Martin Guptill, the form he's in, you expect that to go 100 metres at least. A ball like that.
I reckon that 127 should have been given 12 think that almost surprised them. Well, maybe that's a tactic they should try, the odd bad ball. It's a big gamble, though.
Look at it, and how easy was it? It was timing as well. It was so easy for him.
It was a moon ball.
No! 113 for 2 after 15. New Zealand well in control here. They're 12 ahead and 2 less wickets. It's all New Zealand. They don't need to do anything special here. Just keep going the way they are, and they'll bring this game home, and they'll make a statement in this series very early. All right, we'll have a change. It'll be Ian Smith with Craig McMillan. Thanks, Mark. So you would assume 35 from 30 might just reduce the pro tears to tears on this occasion, but there's a lot of cricket to be played. And Rusty Tehran, has he sorted out his run-up for a start? All sorts of nightmares with that, so he's got to get straight back on the horse and get the rhythm right. Guptill, quite high on the bat. You know, Macca, 7 years ago today, the first 2020 international was played. 7 years ago today. And from the New Zealand team that played in that match, McCullum and Mills are still playing, right? Brendan McCullum and Kyle Mills are still playing. You played. Now then, who are the other 8 players?
Hamish Marshall, Chris Cairns, Lou Vincent, Daryl Tuffy.
Wrong.
Daniel Vittori.
Wrong. We'll put it up for you in a second, but I just want to make it a bit more miserable for you. Come on, you played. People used to say you're only possessed by your own game.
Andre Adams. I think I've got most of them right.
No, you've got that 4.
Nathan Astle. Shane Bond.
No.
Storis. There must be, what, 2 left?
It's like me, myself, I, this question, isn't it, for you? One of New Zealand's most famous ever sportsmen.
Jeff Wilson.
Any more clues you want? Put it up. Come on, put it up. Put it out of his misery. Here we go. Fleming. Remember him?
Oh, Fleming. How did he make that side?
Skippy Sinclair.
I got Hamish Marshall. I got Adams. Got Tuffy as well.
Yeah.
Sinkers.
There you go. So that was 7 years ago today. Now back to the present.
Seems like yesterday.
Something you know something about. I feel it. Seems like yesterday. Rushed away.
I'll tell you what I remember from that game. Ricky Ponting getting 90 odd and just going ballistic, hitting Jeff Wilson up on top of the ASB stand. 98. Yeah, he took to Daryl Tuffy as well, 1 for 50. And we were well short that night. I think in terms of best dress, we looked better that night. We had them full moustaches, and Hamish Marshall had the afro, had the beige on that you wore in the mid-80s, Smithy.
Yeah, well, you officially let the uniform down. Australia winning by 44, and Ponting's innings was immaculate. And so is this run chase here tonight. It's going all to plan at the moment. 118 for 2, 4 overs to go. So still Jimmy Franklin waits his home patch. Colin de Grandholm might not need his power tonight. Nathan McCullum, Dougie Brace with plenty of batting. But New Zealand want to win this and win it well, win it in style. Make a statement early. Got to get, oh, that's quick. Great work by AB De Villiers, who thinks he might be in. I got a feeling Williamson might just have touched down in time.
Well, it's outstanding work from De Villiers. That's why, when he didn't have the wicket-keeping gloves on, he was one of the best fielders in the world. Look how athletic it was. Yeah. Oh, it's one frame. One frame, Smithy. That's unbelievable work from De Villiers.
It's just one of those nights, isn't it, for New Zealand? So, big fat green light coming up for Kane Williamson.
He probably doesn't realise how close that was.
Well, in real time. Real time, so close. 30 from 23. Morne Morkel with the trademark circle. Oh, sweetly struck. Southee running back. Can he get to it? No, he can't get within Cooey. He never appeared as if he was going to get it.
Southee had to turn and go. Instead, he was looking up in the sky. He had to put the pedal down and go fast. He was always just out of reach. He's never going to get there.
Bit of extra bounce there. Guptill lightning fast. Frustration for Morne Morkel there. He did his best, but he was just a yard or so too slow.
Guptill might have winded himself here, having to put in the big full-length dive. It's good work from Morne Morkel. And you're that tall, it's never easy getting down, having to flick the ball onto the stumps. Did a good job. Guptill called yes very quickly. It's really good work from Morkel.
It's past the second line. I'll tell you, who got hurt the worst was Kane Williamson. That doubled him over. So back goes Southee at mid-off, all the way back up comes fine leg up inside the circle. Guptill on 66, outstanding again off just 47 balls. Wide.
Yeah, that hurts the inside leg. Height's always an issue there, going well over the stumps.
Crunch down the ground. Nice fielding. Good under pressure, Southee.
Morne Morkel's so tall, Smithy. To get an LBW decision, he almost has to bowl half volley. It has to be half, very full in length. Otherwise, with his natural bounce, it's just going to go over top of the stumps each time.
Either that or he develops a really good slower ball, full slower ball, Yorker type delivery. Joel Garner type. I mean, you know, he got a lot of LBWs, people expecting bounce, getting on the back foot and then getting hit low. Oh, that's a beautiful cricket shot. Terrifically weighted for 4. It's really clever.
It's clever and it's class from Williamson. Morkel gave him the leverage to get under it, hit up and over point. Look at the way he stood tall on his toes, always had the intention of hitting it in the air, just picked his position. Great placement. Not an easy shot to play, but Williamson made it look easy.
Yeah, it's good batting. Until there. Until there. Oh, Murray Mexted in the middle. He didn't like that. He did not like that at all. The shot was good. The call was bad.
Yeah, the batting was good. The running was awful. He's hit it straight to the fielder and called yes. Look at it. The fielder didn't have to move. He's halfway down. Oh, it's a good piece of fielding. You have to say that, but Albie Morkel, good job. Disappointing from Williamson to finish like that. He's run himself out for 24. New Zealand 127 for 3.
So Williamson goes for pretty stylish 24. He'll rue this moment after such a beautiful shot beforehand. The idea to pinch a run was good, but he had to hit it further away from Albie Morkel, who was dead-eye Dick in the end. So that brings to the crease Colin de Grandhomme.
Wow, it's a good opportunity for de Grandhomme. Had a little bit of a taste of it in Hamilton against Zimbabwe. This is his third match. He's only batted the once, so he's got the opportunity. New Zealand 21 from 18 can bring New Zealand home.
So 21 from 18. Desperately need a couple of quick wickets. The skids under New Zealand. Rusty Tiron might have got the rhythm back. Just a missing down leg side again. It was full, but AB De Villiers can't believe it. But I think this is missing leg stump once more.
Let's have a look and see if there's any bat on it as well. Oh, that's maybe going to clip leg stump. Barry Richards has given it out back of the commentary box. Rusty Tiron, AB De Villiers can't believe it. He's saying, what was wrong with that? Just hasn't been their night tonight, Smithy.
Well, Grandhomme's been credited with a single off the bat there, so that takes it out of the frame straight away. If he believes he hits it, doesn't matter about the line. No, I believe it was missing leg stump anyway. So did he hit it?
Well, my initial reaction was I thought he did. No, it's the double noise of pad on pad. Goes boom boom into both pads, and it sounds sometimes wooden.
Okay, hitting leg stump, so there you go. So I'll take the hit with the umpire.
I love it. It doesn't matter who Colin de Grandhomme's playing. He just tries to hit sixes. First, second, third ball, doesn't matter. De Grandhomme just wants to plonk one out of the ground. There's no real need to do that at the moment.
Mr. and Mrs. Mexted, Mr. and Mrs. Mexted, and Mrs. Mexted is a devout South African fan of rugby and cricket. Loves the game of cricket. Marissa.
Good running, really good running from de Grandhomme. The call for two was early from Guptill. And de Grandhomme did well. Well, Mrs. Mexted might be in for a tough 4 or 5 weeks in, Smithy.
We'll see. Early days. In Hawke's Bay, they were saying up there about the fruit. Early ripe, early rotten. We'll just see. Tent. Oh, that's big. That's really hurt Martin Guptill. And Tiron's not the quickest. 139. That staggered him.
That's shaking him. And it's nice from Tiron. He went up straight away just to check he was all right. It looked nasty. Like it's hit him on probably the forehead. The way he went down was the thing that gave it away, that it looked nasty. Oh.
Sort of got it under the grill almost. It's a nasty one. One to store away for Rusty Taron and for New Zealand. Another one, a slower one. Down the ground. Oh, it's past the man at mid-off. Thought he had a chance. So did the South Africans as a group. And how it went past Ontong, well, that's a mystery. 136 for 3.
Oh, it's a nice reply from Guptill. New Zealand need 12 from 12. Nice way to finish the over after getting sconed in the head. Guptill stands tall and says, have a piece of that. Right, National Bank man of the match tonight. Text the surname of your man of the match to 5599. Please make sure you spell it correctly as you see on screen. And I would think that you'd be looking at number 2 in New Zealand there, Guptill. Nathan McCullum with the ball. There's probably a couple of names you could choose there. So 12 from 12. Smooth, this is where you finish it with an over to spare.
Well, they've got a couple of hitters that could. Who's going to have the last memory? Morne Morkel going to give them something to think about for Hamilton.
Yeah, this is where you go short to de Grandhomme. Say, right, have a piece of this, mate. Short and fast at 150k. See if you want to hit this for 6.
Okay, I'll try, but he's gone too high. Too high, will be out. Simply taken in the outfield by Richard Levy. So de Grandhomme has had 2 bites of the cherry and has yet to find his best.
Yeah, big boundary out there. It was obvious what was going on. De Grandhomme was looking for that big boundary, but all of a sudden South Africa just pegging New Zealand back a bit, taking a couple of psychological points into the next match in Hamilton. Richard Levy takes an easy catch. So New Zealand have been pretty dominant today. De Grandhomme goes for 2. New Zealand 136 for 4. But they won't want to lose any more wickets. It has been a dominant display from New Zealand, but South Africa peg another wicket or 2 back, then they can take some confidence.
The bad shot. It's just a little bit high on the bat, perhaps a little quicker than he's been used to. And Richard Levy wrapped the hands around it safely. Message for the fans behind him.
Never looked at hitting it down, did he, de Grandhomme? It's not the way he plays. It's 6 or out. Unfortunately, in recent times, it's been out.
So Jimmy Franklin at the non-striker's end. Big round of applause for the local boy. 12 from 11. Franklin will look to come back. I don't think there's 2 there. It's a good call in the end.
James Franklin coming off runs in the T20 in Hamilton against Zimbabwe. Scored 60, his highest score in that match, so he'll be full of confidence. A difficult time to come out to bat, and there's only 11 runs needed. Just important he gets the job done, gets New Zealand home with Martin Guptill.
Maybe De Villiers could gamble here and bring players up inside the circle and perhaps cause a bit more pressure on James Franklin, but he hasn't done it.
And a slip. I'd like to see a slip and play. He can really put some pressure on here. Try and pick up an extra wicket.
Yeah, he's probably not going to win the game, but he could nip a couple out. And that, even if you win a game and you fail as a batsman, it plays on your mind.
Does it dents your confidence? Your team's done well, you've won, which is great, but you've failed. You haven't contributed, and that's difficult at times, and that's what South Africa can take with them. Guptill been outstanding all season, full of runs, full of confidence. some of the other New Zealanders in that middle order haven't had a lot of cricket, a lot of batting time.
Still land just in front. So good over this for Morne Morkel. Too little too late. Dumini the fielder.
Just 3 runs from this 19th over from Morne Morkel. He's not happy with the ball. Wants a new one. Wow. It's taken a bit of a pounding, that white thing, tonight. Martin Guptill's hit it on top of the roof.
But there's a little bit of, just a tiny little bit of string hanging off it, a bit of seam, which they don't want to change it. It's soft. It's got soft. The seam's starting to break through, whatever. Harder to hit, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, absolutely. When the ball goes soft and that seam just splits a bit, yeah, it is difficult to hit. So a couple of the fielders came up and said, here, get on with it. We don't want to change it.
Well, you've got your slip for Jimmy Franklin. They'll want more men inside the circle.
Tell you what, Smithy, runs 8 needed. If he can bowl a dot here and keep James Franklin on strike, all of a sudden you need 8 off the last. And if it's a good over with the first 2 or 3 deliveries not going where you want, you can lose this game.
Well, you could. You'd kick yourself all the way to Hamilton if you did. Martin Guptill has done the maths pretty well. He keeps the strike. Going to come back for a second. Just a little indecision down in the deep, maybe a little fumble. 1 becomes 2 and the equation becomes 6 from 6.
Well, it was a really good over from Morne Morkel. It really was. And he'll be disappointed that that last ball went for 2. So, game 2, T20 International in Hamilton on Sunday. Sky Sport 1 live at 6:30 between these two sides, New Zealand and South Africa.
Well, I don't know if there are any tickets left for that. They're probably selling as we speak, and so they should be. Smaller capacity, of course, in Hamilton, but still a very, very rich and fun atmosphere to be had Sunday night.
There's going to be big crowds right throughout the country, Smithy. So if you haven't got your tickets for the South African series, go out and get them tomorrow, because they will be selling like hotcakes. Right, who does AB De Villiers turn to for the last over?
Goes down a cog. This is interesting, because it could be out over in 1 hit if Guptill gets hold of it, or Franklin for that matter. It could be over in 1 ball. But what does he do with the field in this situation? Does he put it all on Franklin? Does he say, if you hit it over, you win, good luck? But if you can't get on strike or get off strike and get Guptill on strike, you could lose.
Well, what I think they'll hope is that Franklin tries to hit first or second ball out of the ground and holds out, which brings a new batsman to the crease.
It'll take Guptill on strike if he does that, and I'm sure they've thought about that.
Guptill's going to get the strike at some stage. They want to try and keep him off as long as they can. He's only got 4 fielders inside the circle, 3 on the offside, backward point, and cover.
Well, James Franklin has got a very cool head for pressure. One of his great assets. He doesn't have to turn it. He knows. But Guptill's going to go. Oh, way too quick. Franklin goes. The easiest of 2s. The easiest of 2s. You've got to have real live wires down the ground in this situation.
High, so quick, Guptill. You're right. You've got to have your fastest, your best fielders at long on, long off. Bolter's going to bowl full and straight. So that's where the ball is generally going to get hit. So those 2 guys in those positions have to be whippets. They have to get in so quick. But it doesn't matter with Martin Guptill. He's just too quick. You're never going to run him out.
That's through the covers for 4. New Zealand have won. Magnificent shot. Defining a really good performance by the home side. They've taken the early honours. So important against South Africa to do just that. John Wright's men have made the first statement. So since Hobart, where they won the test match, they've beaten Zimbabwe in a test, 3 one-day internationals, 2 2020s, and now they've knocked off the Proteas first up. That's 8 wins in a row.
They're on a roll, Smithy. Excellent start to the turn. Just what the New Zealanders were after. New Zealand won the toss, sent South Africa in. 147 for 6 was all they could manage.